Hello and welcome back to another Nerd Theorist playing NerD&D. We have a full house, hooray! Thank goodness for having a full house at last once again. But before we start, and before even the channel news, I just want to have a big shout out to Fiddlewald Music, which have given us their permission to give new music on our D&D streams. So enjoy. That is going to be absolutely amazing.
Nice.
You can catch Fiddlewald Music on every streaming Spotify, even the Apple one, whatever it is, iTunes, is it? Yeah, and all sorts of places. So yeah, go and have a look if you like it. But otherwise, Dave, channel news, please. Yes.
Okay, so after our Christmas lull, we're picking things back up again. I'm taking a step back from the old world at the moment because Gaz is doing it instead. He has already looked at the drilled rule, which is nuts. He's going to look at legacy armies next week, which is great. He's somehow in a week he's 3D printed a 5,000 point vampire counts army. So look out for pictures.
I was on half term. I had nothing else to do.
Tom, you're going to be looking at the
Avatar
live action Avatar series.
I can't wait! Sorry.
Looks very pretty, but may have lost a lot of nuance from the cartoon. But what you're going to do, that's more.
I don't know. It's just adaptations. It's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to look at that and share your thoughts as a big Avatar fan. I am doing the same with the new X-Men cartoon, because that's amazing, and the Halo TV series, which still divides opinion, but so far it's quite good. I enjoy season 2. It's not bad. Yes, exactly. It's phenomenally pretty. But that aside, there's still issues, but we'll get into those. That's fine. And Andrew, I do believe, has been pottering around with the idea of live streaming his painting sessions, which is ace, because we can all just come and go as we please with that. So as soon as you get that figured out as to how you're going to do it, we'll put a note out on all our socials, and you can come join him.
Which just brings us round to check out all our socials.
Yes, indeed. Facebook in particular. That's where we're there at the moment.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
No,
we on X?
Twitter. Still Twitter. And
the social platform formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah. Owned by him. But we're also on Blue Sky, which I signed us up for this week, because now...
that's news to me. All right, sure.
If it's not Twitter, when you put a tweet out, what's it called? If it's
a post now, because they had to change all of that language.
That's shit.
It is shit.
It's shit. You heard it here first. Elon Musk, you shit.
Anywho, all of our systems closed down.
And he was never seen again.
Blue
Sky nice
is Twitter, made by the Twitter creator, but it's called Blue Sky. It's like a slightly more curated version of Twitter. So it used to be invite only, and it's not anymore. So come join us.
Great. So, on that lovely note, we shall get cracking with things. So, first things first, music. New music.
Whee!
There we go. So, there. Right.
Okay, it's shit.
Well, that you've lost the Foundry dice roll.
Sometimes you have to go onto Foundry and then mute the music and then unmute it again, and then it works.
That's your problem, because myself and the stream can hear it perfectly. So
that actually worked. Yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah.
There you go.
If in doubt, turn it off and on again. Works every time.
Well, yeah, good old classic. Off and on again. Definitely.
Anyway, previously on Hatheria, after having left this other realm, where Trevelyan, Tiberius Trevelyan, had his office and lots of notes, of which you stole a lot of. You stole 2 tomes of his research into old deities, and you stole 2 tomes of his personal journals. So, and in kind of heading out to... Sorry, I'm just realising I don't think the Foundry music is coming through on on
I've
the
got
stream.
it. Nice.
I don't think it's through on the stream. I
Also,
know
also,
I can hear it.
How do
I just
how do you
can't
turn
see
it down? It seems to be very loud compared to.
I
There's
can
a
turn it
volume
down.
control on the.
I can turn it down for everybody. There you go.
You
Did a little
didn't. You
bit.
turned it up for me.
Yeah, I was
them?
gonna say that
Yes,
went over for
why?
me.
I've just gone down. So it probably just overrode what you've changed.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's coming through on the stream. If anybody who is watching the stream could let us know,
I'm just gonna put the stream on now.
because it's amazing music and we want it to all come through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
wait,
it's lovely so far. Yeah, it's just really. It was just really loud compared to everyone's voices.
What you've changed? No. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's coming through.
No, I can hear your PC ticking along, but I can't hear the music.
Oh yeah, there you go. Which I do need to get that sorted. Apologies for
It
anybody
looks
who-
really
who-
nice though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely and clear.
Right, hang on. So let's see if we can get that sorted. The problems of
video-
not having our having a sound crew.
The new cable's definitely helping the connection though.
Oh, that
I
doubt.
was about to say,
I've sorted all the
wired
internet
up house that
connection.
he's got. Yeah.
It took.
Oh, it's mad because there's a delay, so it's like time travel.
Yeah.
I'm watching me talking to you about your PC clicking. I look really good on the stream.
What's this madness?
Magic cameras.
We all look tanned. I look gaunt on my screen, but on.
How the shit cut? You said
I'm
that
just
I look
talking
happy.
about the
Oh,
delay
there
in
we go.
time travel. That's so weird.
We will be right with you all.
Yeah, no, it's alright. I've got it. I've got it. We need to patch that through the cable, and then that one is there. We don't want that going through there because you're already receiving it.
Gaz is loving that. Like,
It's so weird. It's like being
Time travel.
famous.
But only for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's me on telly.
How are we doing?
We
Well,
should be receiving it.
I thank you very much to Fiddle with me wolds or whatever.
Fiddle
they're
Lovely
called, 'cause
music.
This music's epic.
yeah,
It's nice.
loving it.
Properties.
And I don't know who that is singing, but she sounds
Music.
fit.
Singing? You've got singing.
Oh, so there was sort of
There was
like
a
a
little bit.
melodic sort of.
It wasn't proper singing.
I think it was Ariana Grande.
It wasn't, by the way.
The Nerd Theorist do D&D.
Does everyone have a
What-
dream person they'd like to play D&D with?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Oh,
Oof, yeah,
yeah,
that's a
fair
good
play.
shout.
Range of voices. Yeah.
Or, I don't know, Kevin Smith.
Kevin
Yeah,
Smith
that's
would
a
be
good
a
one.
laugh, actually. I'd
Yeah.
have, and on the Mark Hamill front, could you imagine doing a Gotham City role play with Kevin Conroy just sat there occasionally, just popping up as Batman?
That would have been nice if
May
he had
rest
not
in
passed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, legend.
Yeah.
Absolute legendary.
I'd like to play Warhammer with Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, wouldn't we all?
Yeah,
I think that's a yeah.
He cradle me in his giant arms when he beat me.
Yeah, he's got a custodians army. Hasn't
Yeah, he's a custodian player.
Custodies, yeah. I think he's probably got all of the custodies twice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait for whatever the live action series is going to be.
Oh
I'm-
yeah,
I am
he's his passion
anxious
project
about that.
isn't it?
I am.
Yeah, I want to know
anxious
who he's going to
because-
be. Who he's going to
Well,
play. I wanna know.
it could be really dumb and just be the Emperor and just sit there looking like a.
Nah.
corpse
No,
on
I was
a
he'll-
hoping he
plane
wasn't
or
going to be
he'll
Emperor.
he'll be a-
I was
he'll be a
hoping he was going to be
parade.
someone like Gilliman or something.
He's going to be Gilliman.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
my
be
money would be on
Gilliman,
Gilliman.
isn't
That's what I
You know,
was
I'd love it
Marvel.
if it turned out that it was just him playing Warhammer. Just 10 hours. Just 10 hours of him just going, I painted this one in 1996. Look at his little eyes. And then just like a battle report.
$100 million budget and just.
Yeah.
He just spent it
Just
on minutes.
wearing a really cheap shit looking Space Marine suit while he's doing it.
Like a hoodie, Space Marine hoodie with a hood up. Yeah.
Mm.
One of those masks, face masks. Sorry.
Yeah, to be fair, he'd look good in anything, really.
Yeah.
I do believe that sorted it.
Excellent.
I mean, if I had a man crush, probably be Henry Cavill.
Oh, without doubt. Yeah,
Yeah.
100% man crush. Anywho,
Moving on.
I now
That's
sorted
definitely
the audios and
Highlander. That's the other thing he's working on. That I was excited
Oh, yeah, he's
about.
doing Highlander, yeah.
He's going to reboot
Yeah.
Highlander.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, there's something else that I'm really excited for that he's working on. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
anyway, back into proper the D&D. Now we've actually
Oh, no,
got
can we just
audio.
sit here and just chat shit for 3 hours?
Oh, we could just chat shit for ages,
That's
but
what the painting streams are going to be.
the painting stream is going to be all about us
And we can
chatting
do that.
nerdy shit
Nicolas
all the
Cage has
time.
just signed up for Spider-Man Noir as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Oh, that'd be
God,
awesome.
really?
Sorry,
No,
anyway, moving on.
Listen. Nice on the roll. Come on.
I know, yeah, me too.
Right,
So,
we're not letting it move on. We're not letting it.
previously on Hatheria. Yes, so...
Mum, sorry, just my music's gone really loud again.
I don't know.
Turn your
That's
global
really
volume
weird.
control playlist down.
Mine stopped.
Yeah, mine stopped again. Now it's.
Oh,
That's it,
that's on you. I'll carry on.
Yeah.
So, yes, you left this other realm, not only with these several tomes of interesting information, but also with Thunder, who you rescued from effectively a black site prison. So, upon rescuing him, you all kind of had a bit of a rest, because you were heavily beaten and barely escaped with any of your lives. You also lost a lot of spells out of your sorry, I'm gonna have to turn it down a bit. Spells out of the Helm of Brilliance, and also Hector's halberd. You had to abandon it in order to escape and run swiftly out. Upon doing so, you then proceeded to walk on to Havenford. Havenford, where you had a small debate as to whether you were going to investigate what's actually happening in Havenford itself, but decided best to move on. Cadell swimming across the river rather, to acquire a new boat before then deciding to not bother with a boat and fly the rest of the way, turning into eagles, which was a great decision. You could have done that ages ago.
I needed a bit of cardio. It's all right.
Yeah, a bit of cardio in the morning, get yourself warmed up.
Since I missed a session, can I ask a quick question? Was anyone
Go
left alive at Havenford at this point?
You've no idea, you
don't
didn't even set foot.
We're not sure.
Didn't even set
We're not
foot.
sure.
Oh,
Didn't even set
no.
foot inside.
Rash wouldn't
There
let
was,
us.
it looked slightly. What did you say? There was bits. You could tell there was like fires going
There
on.
was
like,
there
in
was
people's
bits of
houses, chimneys
smoke
were going.
coming off, but you
Oh,
don't know what it was. You couldn't see the source of it. It could have been someone's chimneys, for all you know. But it
Good decision, Andrew. That
But
could
the
you-
have
docks
but-
were there. There was no one on the docks, and the docks were really busy, so there was no one there at all. So
Yeah, there was no signs of.
Bridge was out as well. It was
bridge
the
was
bridge was
down.
out.
Well, the west bridge was down. North
Yeah,
bridge
West
was
Bridge.
still intact, but unmanned. The defences were still up, but was unmanned. So you've no idea. So
quite
you
ominous,
then
really.
you then
That would have
proceeded
killed Cobber.
to turn to eagles, fly for 3 hours, because that's as much as you could do with landing, recasting, and flying again 3 times. Then walking the rest of the day and sleeping. So you did this, about 4 or 5 times?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Something like that. And then, but in doing so, you had so many days worth of research into these tomes that you pilfered from Daddy Trevelyan. And then you also had lots of days worth of using your crystal ball of scrylepathy that you acquired. But attempting to contact Cromwell Leethern failed. Attempting to contact Carlos Dengal failed. but you did manage to contact Goran Binmeyer. So, or Lord Binmeyer, as everybody knows him.
I only messaged him because I missed him, but it turned out to be quite a useful conversation.
Yeah, there you
'Cause
go.
I was having a shocker. I was having a shocker with his bloody. I was not getting anywhere with anyone.
But
That's true.
turned out to be useful, for he informed you that the army had already passed by the city of Garden Springs several days ago and was already well on their way. So they were well ahead of the schedule you thought they were on, and in doing so decided to not rest up. Not rest up, as in you did rest every evening. I mean, you didn't stop for anything, as much as Cadell really wanted to go and investigate some ruins he saw off to the north.
Ruins are good.
The ruins are very
I
good.
know, this is my argument. Ruins.
But you
Ancient
kept
things.
flying, following the path of the River Yormond, up until you landed about a day's walk out of Bridge Reach, which is where you then had another night's rest, which is where we then pick up.
So we've done that night's rest and we've woken.
Yeah,
in the
you
morning.
had you had landed, you'd carried on walking for the rest of the day, then you had your night's rest again. And then it is morning, you've got probably about a day's worth of walking if you wanted to walk. That's the kind of distance you're talking.
Is that to
To
day's walk
Bridge
to
Reach.
Bridge Reach, not
Yes.
to the Grommune?
Yes, the Grommune's deep in the mountains.
So do we
Yeah.
have to go through Bridge Reach to get to the Grommune, or can we circumnavigate it?
Well, we can fly over it.
Bridge Reach was effectively a fort which was just outside of a town which had direct links to the Grommune. It had underground tunnels
Survived
between the two.
calamity, but
So
yeah, there was an underway.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So is that the way in?
Well,
Grom, would you say this is the best? Well, how is the best way to approach the Grommune? Yeah, I guess you must have a little bit of knowledge.
to my knowledge, the town was flattened by the survivors of the Grommune on their exodus down into Hatheria. Now, my father always told me that there would be a way back up under the mountain should I ever need to go that way, but I've never once found it, but I can only imagine it would be in that place there. So, I can't imagine that Bridge Reach is going to be safe for us, though, so we'd have to sneak past. But
Okay.
I would suggest that the underway, if it's intact, will be safe from prying eyes and get us right up into the ruins of my old homeland.
And you do definitely want to go to these ruins. You don't just want to fly over them.
I would be concerned about flying over the mountains because a lot of things with bigger wings than ours take roost up there.
I see.
There are many a monster, and the reason for the Grommune's success was that we used our artificer skills to protect the people from those monsters and those fell beasts that would range around up there. So
I
it
imagine
may
living
be-
underground probably helped as well.
I see. Okay.
We did not live underground. It was a mountaintop settlement. It was glorious by the lake. Although to stray into the lake too far was to invite terror from the beast that lived in the lake.
I do apologise. I've completely stereotyped you.
You've not been listening to his stories, have you, Brendan?
Now listen.
Well, he's a
look,
dwarf. I just assumed dwarves lived underground. That's what.
Mountain dwarf can live on mountain, under mountain, and in mountain.
Okay.
Dwarf,
So
not
just
like mountains, on hill, in hill, under hill.
excellent.
Nailed this.
That still doesn't help me. If I meet a dwarf, I'll be like, on, in, or under. Where?
It's just no, mountain or hill. Sorted. If they're on the flatland, it's confusing for all of us. But we
So,
don't
what
normally
is the
like
plan
to
then,
stray.
guys?
For me, we go under, and we go up and we see what lies left of our civilization, there may be something we can take with us on the way down into Alzadora that will help our passage and secure us some security. Secure security.
Secure some security.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
this is his domain, I'd say. we
I'll
listen
take
to
it.
Grom.
I'll take his word. Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, well, how are we going to approach the current situation? Are we going straight over Bridge Reach and landed in the town, or are we going sneaking past Bridge Reach, or do we have to go through Bridge Reach to get into the town?
How far is it? Did they build it on the ruins of the town, or did they build it adjacent, or is it a good like mile or so away?
It's adjacent. It was effectively to defend any route passage coming over the mountains, which it did also kind of a way of almost kind of protecting any peoples who were there, because they then could retreat into the fort if needed. Yeah. So
And it was a trade town. It was part of one of the three towns that made the Grammune work with the trading with both sides of the mountain. So
it was in Hatheria's benefit at the time to look after those people, and hence also look after that connection with the Grammune that they had.
Now, I don't know how many people will be in Bridge Reach right now.
Well, I was just thinking
Obviously,
that.
they're at war. I can't imagine they'll have left a skeleton troop, because if they were to come over the mountains, it would be a disaster.
Do the Altadorans even know we're at war yet?
Well, there's
I
that
highly
too.
doubt it. I highly doubt it.
They're
not-
about to invade, so
They're not dumb, these Alzadorans, though. They were fine traders and wonderful people to work with. So I can only imagine that they've got scouts on the border. If they don't know now, they will soon. But be that as it may, those at Bridge Reach are going to be looking for people coming down the mountain and not going under it, hopefully. Cover of darkness and sneak by.
well, we may as well get closer first.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Let's go see if we can get a better look at the place.
If it's going to take us a day's
See
march,
what's going on.
just
If
to get
it's empty, then we can go right through.
there. Is it worth spending one spell slot just to fly? If it's a day's march, we're going to be walking all day to even get there.
And
I mean,
we've been how many
yeah.
days out of Havenford now? Is it 4?
So, well, time is of the essence. As you keep
What
saying.
was it
Yeah.
now? You
Yeah, I'd say
were
so.
one.
Yeah, if we fly close and then we've got
About
a better
5 days.
vantage point.
That's what I was thinking.
How many days ago did the army leave Garden Springs?
It was
3 days ago, wasn't it?
yeah. It's about
they're
it was
they're
about
going to be in the hills halfway to Yolnor by now. Then
yeah.
Well, we don't know how quickly they move. I mean, well,
Yeah.
we can probably work it out.
they're definitely
now
moving.
backwards, but-
They're moving with haste, definitely.
Mm.
Like a lot more than what a normal marching army would move. So they must have some sort of magical help.
Magical travelators.
Yeah, magic carpets. I don't know.
Right. So let's be quick here. Let's not overuse ourselves. We may need ourselves before we go up into the mountains, and let's not waste too much. But maybe one to get us there, and then
Yeah.
That's what I think. Just
The
one
rest of the
spell
way
slot
on
each, just to get us
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And then you still got plenty of spells. You still got 5th levels to burn, which I know he's waiting for. And I can see a look at his face. He's like, 5th level spell. I can't wait. Well, even if it's just a goblin, it'll be like, fuck you, 5th level.
Right, so
Yeah.
you are travelling by Eagle, yes?
Yeah.
Right, so 1 4th level.
Yeah, just one, just to get. I mean, will that cover the distance, or will it
Well,
cover the
that's-
majority of the distance?
3 hours, isn't it?
No, 3 hours. It's
one
only 1
fourth
hour, isn't
level
it?
is
3
1 hour.
hours would be all
Yeah,
3
it's
spell
just
slots.
one
sorry,
hour's
yeah.
worth of flight. Which
but if we're legging it,
it's just about get there pretty much
Even
for
if
the
it
most
works
part.
out that it gets us there and it's getting dark, we'll take our time to use that cover of darkness to sneak around the fort.
Yeah, to be fair.
So-
Yeah. And if it's dark, we'll be able to tell if there's anybody manning the place because there'll be a torchlight and we get people manning the towers and walking across and yeah.
Let's just
And
hope they
else.
don't have any night vision eyeglasses.
Yeah.
Not sure we
or
like this.
or
is
it's
it?
completely
Just dark vision.
completely inhabited by people with dark vision that don't need torches.
So anyhow, you turn into eagles. You all you're turning Cadell and Hector into eagles, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then please burn your appropriate spell slots. And you all hitch on the back. You set off, take flight. So excuse me. So it's still very early morning after you've kind of packed up camp, decided what you're doing, and setting off. And kind of it's an easy fly. The weather is fair. If not starting to cool down as the nights start drawing in a little more. And as you kind of start getting towards kind of the end of the spell period, anybody who wants to, certainly the two eagles can make a perception check with advantage because it's sight.
You're ahead of me, Tom. I was about to ask. As we were about to end, can I make a perception check and just see
Make one without advantage.
And anybody else who wants to attempt it.
Cocked. With advantage, you say?
Guidance.
Yes, well, the eagles get advantage because you're in eagle form.
Well, that was a waste of guidance. I've rolled in that one.
Well, 12 for me.
That would be a 16 in total for me.
Okay. Cadell, at the very least, notices a figure of somebody on the ground near the river, running towards the river. Because at this part of the river at the moment, it's kind of a bit of a steep embankment down, and you can see that they've kind of run up to this embankment, and they've just kind of started lying down and peering over the edge. They seem to be in a rush after noticing you, but that's all you know. I suppose from this kind of distance, with your eagle vision as well, I'd give you the fact that they don't look military. They're not. They don't appear armed. They're not in shiny armor or anything like that. They just seem, that figure just seemed a bit panicked. But you are coming to about the end of your spell
the
usage.
Eagles know this, but we don't. So.
No, well, Cadell, the eagle, knows this.
You could probably tell Hector, the other eagle, in eagle if you wanted, but that's about it.
Can you, though?
And then
I'll allow it.
we'll start.
Swoop down towards him. Bang him down.
What, are you going towards them?
Yeah.
Alright. Landing nearby or practically on top of it?
Like, well, where? I mean, can we see Bridge Reach from this point? Are we there? Are we there?
You're a bit of a walk out, maybe like 3 or 4 miles out. But
we're gonna go land.
See
we're gonna go land like next to him. I want to make him shit his pants.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't want to scare him.
I don't know about him. I think I might shit his pants.
He's not in military gear, did he say? He was just a.
It's not in
normal
military gear. They seem to be in civilian garb, and
well, land at the bottom of the bank behind him, then, where he's looking over the bank.
a bit of away from them, because somebody on top of this bank looking down over the edge.
Well, it's still going to freak him out when he sees 2 gigantic eagles turn back into people.
Well, that's true. So yeah, you come into land a little bit away from them then. At which point, he starts turning around. You can hear that this person's shouting down to someone else, who must be down the embankment. Let's look over their shoulder. And see you landing and start scrabbling back to their feet and start to take off, but then see people jumping down off the back of these giant eagles, at which point he starts slowing down a bit, still kind of a bit of a trot on, walking away, but then stops and starts actually tottering towards you, specifically looking straight at Grom.
Help.
Oh. Is it...
Do I recognise him?
Who is he? Dwarven?
For they are dwarven. Well, this person is dwarven.
What's he look like?
This person is actually a female, and in kind of a very. She does not have a beard, but as you kind of
that argument.
Yeah.
But as you kind of look at her, she looks very young. She looks in her late teens. Even for a dwarf, that is very young. For those who don't know, dwarves mature at the same rate as humans. They just live for 4 times the length. So they're in the kind of late teens. And it's like kind of starts tottering up to you, kind of wide-eyed, especially looking at these eagles and everybody else, but kind of trying to make her way over towards Grom.
Here, kid. Nah, don't you fret now, kid. Come on. What brings you out here? Hey, guys, can we lose the birds?
No,
leave
me
lose birds.
Scaring the poor mate.
How are you going to lose birds the size of this?
Don't turn mine off.
What's
I'd like
now?
to be a bird.
It's about to run out anyway. So.
Yeah, and then back to human form, the two of you, and then Cadell's still a massive person that he is. Like,
and Hector's not exactly small either.
well, no, but compared to Cadell, that's mighty.
What brings a young dwarf like yourself out here? And who were you shouting to down that river? Is there someone else you with? Come on up, man.
Oh, aye, yeah. Door. The doorsy sod fell down this embankment. We're out here nearly every day, but by the sight of you kin.
Oh, yes, you sound like you're from our neck of the woods.
Actually, we're gonna need your help if you don't mind. He's hurt himself. I'm difficult to get him out of this embankment.
Oh, it's all right. I'm on it. I'll go get the wee one.
What name do you go by, young one?
Could I make an insight check
Hild.
into this
Hild?
woman?
You can. By all means, make an insight check.
Does that seem
What are you truthful as to everything she said?
It seems genuine that she's in trouble, that she needs help.
yeah.
It's not like a trick. Oh, it's a 2. Yeah, let's help her.
Hard to read. She just seems very shocked, surprised. You've got no reason to doubt anything she's saying.
Yeah, come on, Cadell, let's go give her a lift.
Oh, now, it's not like us to see kin round here.
Well, there's not many of us left now. I've not seen another soul. Well,
neither have we outside our Gromu. Now Grom will need to come and see you, like.
Hey, you're Grom?
Aye, he'll be well keen to see you.
Well, he will, because me and him share a name.
Oh, and what's that?
Grom.
Grom?
I'm Grom. As
You're
far
Grom?
as I'm aware, I'm the last line of Grom. Grom, son of Grom, all the way back through the rulers and the chief artificers of the Grommune. Aye, that's me.
I'm confused, but talk to Grom.
Aye. How old is this Grom?
You're confused. Is every dwarf called Grom?
Aye, well, no, listen, right. It's a long story, but it's a good name. And so, our family decided if it was a good name, it was worth having, and therefore all the children of Grom, who are sons, are called Grom. And every daughter is Gromme, with an E on the end. It's a good name, we don't like to spoil it, alright? So, there's not so many others.
This guy
like
could...
siblings, how do you determine which Grom is which?
Yeah. What if someone
This guy
says,
could be...
"Hey, Grom,
that?
It's all in the inflection. All right, you'll get used. I mean, it's not been a problem in my life really. There were 3 of us. There was grandfather Grom, my father Grom, and me Grom. Oh,
Wait, no, whilst he's explaining the family Grom, and Cadell and Hector go up to the edge of this embankment, you see down this rather steep embankment that there is another dwarf, a male dwarf at the bottom there, again very young, who seems to have just holding his leg somewhat, like he's taken a tumble down this embankment.
What sort of height we talking?
We're
about
talking
4
about
foot.
5. Give him some credit.
He's very young.
Grom!
No, it's just like
Stay put.
it's about a 10-foot embankment. It's not spectacular, but if you'd taken a tumble down it and you sprained yourself, you'd have difficulty. It's not enough to have killed him.
You
but it's enough to have
wouldn't.
hurt
It'd be
him.
like walking down a curb for you.
I was
but
just
for
going to say,
him,
it might be time to toss a dwarf.
Nobody. Nobody.
It's only 10
No,
foot.
go on, it's fine.
Hector can catch
He
him.
got himself in this problem. I don't know him yet.
Can I
Although if you are
jump?
kin,
Can I jump
You
down
can
and-
attempt anything you like, mate.
I'm gonna jump
Don't
down.
throw the dwarf, Cadell. Let's go carry him.
Fuck's sake!
Hey,
I was gonna.
hey, sir, you're
No,
the
no,
lady
listen.
said you needed help.
That we do. I seem to have taken a tumble.
Yeah, me and the big fella will give you a lift, and we'll
Well,
make
Hector,
our way
just-
down.
Hector, hold on to this rope. I jump down with rope in hand and I tie a nice little. I don't know what would you call it.
Noose.
Yeah, noose, yeah, lovely. And then Hector can pull him up while I climb back
Alright.
up the 10 feet.
Fair enough. Yeah, you
Oh, he's
pull
dead.
him up.
Yeah. Shit, tied him around his
No, it's fair enough because obviously he's kind of helping you along the way as well. He's not just being dragged. And yeah, he gets to the top and he's obviously holding his leg, but without assessing him, you've no idea what's wrong exactly. But yeah,
I'm gonna let's
What?
have a look here.
Oh, well, no.
Well, I'm gonna walk up and introduce.
Yeah, I
myself
mean, there's
and,
time
Ask his name
while they're sorting this out.
Can you walk, lad? Are you hale and healthy? Can you get by?
Oh, crikey! Yeah, my name's Dor.
She said. I thought she said you were Dozy, but no, your name's Dor. All right, okay.
He's a dozy
Fair enough.
twat. His name's Dor as well.
All right, got you. No problem. Yeah.
Are all
Yeah.
your family called Door?
No,
No, look,
that get confusing.
It
Oh,
don't
I
work
just
like that
thought if you
unless
were the
you're a
Doors, could start a
Oh,
band.
dear. Bear the man
Anyway.
in mind.
So yeah, he's. What were you wanting to do? Sorry.
I was just going to ask if he could walk.
Well, he's attempting to stand. I'm assuming you're helping him up or just letting him live into it. Yeah, he tries to get up and yeah, he stands and he's trying to put weight on his other leg and it's hurting him. He doesn't look like he can walk a great deal. He's going to need support, but he can stand all right.
Right. I will. I'll drop a first level cure wounds on him.
All right,
just to see
yeah.
if that helps.
Fair enough. Go for it.
8. There you are.
All right, yeah. He's like, is that magic like?
Well, yeah, it looks like magic, but it's all cunning. It's
Do you
all,
feel any
all
better, lad?
dwarven cunning, you
I
know.
do,
it's,
aye.
yeah.
Can you walk?
Well,
now?
Well, he tries like he winces a bit. Well, I'm might better than I was doing, aye.
Yeah.
I still
Come
should've
on
lost
then,
him.
son.
Yeah,
That
but yeah, as I was
Where-
saying
where'd you
before,
go with?
that they They're like very simple, very tattered, very worn clothes. Like they're not new at all, very old. Like they've been worn to death, and then patched up every now and again. But they, as you're looking at them, they've got like odd bits of like traps on them, and what looks like an empty sack. And it's like they're saying, "Oh, we were just out from our fort. We were just out getting some food."
From your fort? Oh, that place up there, that bridge reach, that's you?
Oh, that's one.
Aye. And it's your Grommune?
It is, eh?
Alright, and is it Hathen as well, or is it just you?
It's what now?
Is it these humans, many humans here, or is it just
Oh no,
ourselves?
just ourselves.
And that's just your home. Your job, what? To look over the mountain and guard against incursion, or is this just where you live and pass your
Where
time?
we live.
Oh,
What
well,
incursion?
if you don't mind. Well, we
Sounds
don't
good.
know. This is it. You see, how much of your history do you know? Do you know where you came from? Where your Grommune came from?
The fort?
Well, they are
Okay.
kids.
Aye.
Grom,
I feel
the-
I
the
need to
kids.
speak to your.
I think
feel
we
I need
should-
to speak to your Grom. Shall we go
Ah,
back
that might be best. Aye.
Aye, it might be best. Did you succeed? Are you going to go hungry tonight, or are you going to be right if you don't get back without any food?
That will be right.
Yeah, all right then.
It be Reese.
Yeah,
It
we'll
be
do
Is
it.
Reese.
Dora, is Dora a
It'd be
kid
really-
as well, or is Dora
Yeah.
older?
No, they're both very young.
Both wee nippers.
So yeah, he can walk. He can't put any kind of rush speed on, but he can hobble along on his own steam now. He don't need the support.
Okay. I was about to say I'll help him.
Well, you can anyway. if you
Well, it
want,
seems like, yeah,
you
I'll
know, but he
help
can
him, yeah.
walk now,
No,
thanks to the cure wounds.
Was it just me that froze then, or was it everyone?
Just you.
Just you.
Just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back now anyway. I'm back.
I've got internet sorted. Hooray! But anyway, yeah, he manages to walk fine. It is best part of an hour's walk to get to the fort in itself, and it's as you kind of you're approaching it. There's it's looking run down. There's bits of it that's collapsed, fallen down. There are good parts of it that's looked like they've just been outright demolished and destroyed, rather than just fallen down.
No, this
Now,
place
how
over
many
there.
of you are there? This is not the state I'd expect somewhere where good dwarves live to be. What's going on here? Have you
It's the only
fallen on
place
our
we've ever
plans?
known.
Oh. Come on, let's go and see you inside.
Alright, right, yeah.
Surely they haven't forgotten how to repair buildings.
And they
It's done it.
they all kind of get in, and they don't go through door as such. You can go around and climb up some rubble, and then get in through a door, which is effectively meant to be the next floor up. You just have to kind of climb up a bit and get in through there, and then you can just kind of get in. And they lead you inside. They lead you in through a very long, very dusty corridor, and then lead you down to a big kind of set of double doors. And they just kind of burst their way in, and they just kind of announce themselves. Basically, once they kind of burst the door opens, you see before you kind of it is a hall. With a long table, a very old-looking table, a wooden table, with long benches down either side, and at the far end is some kind of like a makeshift throne, as it were, upon which is sat rather a dwarf, with a kind of a crown on his head, made of metal, but it's just very not straight. It's nothing really fancy. It's like it's just been very haphazardly hammered together. And Yeah, this room, it does have a variety of other dwarves knocking around. They're just sat around talking. There's a fire blazing. They kind of burst these doors open. And it's like, "Here now, you never see. We found kin."
So, as we've walked in,
And there's gigantic, monstrous people.
And some giants.
Kin and giants all together. Is it? Do I notice if it's dwarven construction that's gone bad? Is it human construction and that's why it's gone bad?
Of what, the actual fort itself?
Yeah, we've been walking through
Do you
it now.
make a history check with advantage because of your stone cunning, please?
Okay.
A 1 and a 2.
Don't you start.
If that's precisely what you roll, that is it.
A 1 and a 14, so a total of 18.
As if you got another natural 1. That's 2.
Yeah.
2 you've already had.
Unfortunately, the 14 cancels it, so you're 18 total.
Yeah, that's all right. You look at this and you can instantly see that this is human construction. This is no dwarven construction of yours. But then it also looks like it's not had any attempt at repair whatsoever.
Oh, that's depressing for dwarves.
I feel like we're in one of those real towers you come across in Oblivion.
Yeah.
And so it's even in this main hall, it is not in the kind of best state ever.
Yeah.
But it's intact. It's intact enough for them to use it as their kind of main hall.
Okay.
And looking around you, they're all fairly young. They're all pretty young. And then even as your kind of eyes link with who you assume they refer to as Grom, he's also very young, in his late teens, no older than 19.
Teens, God, it's Lord of the
Where are all
fucking
the adults?
Flies. How many are they?
In this room, there's what, 7 in this room, including Grom.
Did we pass many?
Right, okay.
Did we pass many on the way through?
No, it's just like a couple of corridors. You didn't see
Oh,
anybody
right,
in
yeah,
those
it wasn't that
corridors.
long.
Yeah,
Right,
you didn't have a grand tour or anything. No, it's
Yeah.
they were leading you straight here to introduce you to Grom. It's like, and obviously they all kind of stop their talking as you enter and turn to look at you, and then they turn to look at Grom, who then kind of stands up from his throne, steps down, and heads over to you to shake your hand. Are you taking it?
Oh,
Grom?
I'll take a look at him in his late teens. Has he got much of a beard?
Not really.
Scraggly.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, it was like Andrew.
Patchy as well.
It brings a joy to my heart to see so many of my own kin, even so many so young as you. Greetings. What be your name?
Greetings. My name's Grom.
Grom by birth. You
Oh,
don't
well.
hear that name very often.
Well, it's just what people call whoever's in charge, innit?
You
They
see.
put me in charge like last year after last Grom died.
And how old was he?
Oh, he was getting on. He was well into his 23rd year.
Into his 23rd year. Yeah, now then, this is strange. So, you're good dwarves, yeah? And you've lived here all your lives. I assume you're born here and you die here.
As
20 years
proud dwarves.
As proud as
die,
anything.
yes.
And you pass down all the tales by song and story as the traditions of old.
What the fuck's killing them?
How you learn about
Well-
your ancestors,
Can I just sidle over to Grom while he's having this little chat and just lean in and just whisper, Grom, are there any diseases that you know of that kill dwarven kind? Because I'd wash your hands if I was you.
I'm hoping my immunity to poison or my resistance to poison is going to help me.
I wouldn't worry too much about poison. I'm
There
thinking
aren't-
more
yeah, I don't-
viruses. If everybody over the age of 20 is dead, you're fucked, mate.
I am concerned. I am concerned. I'm fine. I'm all right. Listen, look. Well, just go and talk to someone, would you? Go on, just find someone on the outside and who's not him, and just find out some more information for me.
Right, I'm gonna waddle off. I'm gonna. Can I look for the oldest looking dwarf in this
I
room?
assume that's Grom.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Grom is the one of the oldest looking ones there. They're all like teens and younger.
Yeah.
They're all bloody kids.
So
Right.
yeah, it's pick a teen basically.
Right.
I need to ask how you came by this place, and I need to share something with you. So, a good dwarf should live for several hundreds of years.
Now,
23.
now we can tell that you're my ancient, like, you know, but
I'm hale and healthy. I'm not yet middle-aged, and I'm over 150.
never have we heard of any such a thing of a dwarf living longer than. Oh no, there was a tale of a Grom a few Groms ago lived up to 26, 27. Ah, yeah, that was well ripe age.
Sorry, how did these Groms die?
Old age?
And you saw this. You saw the guy. You seen his body and him dead.
Oh. As you get older, you get ill as you do, and you pass. That's just the natural way of things, as it's always been.
Does everybody get ill in the same way? And what is this way? Does no one pass peacefully in their sleep? Does everybody?
Oh,
come down
yeah,
with an
some
ailment?
people pass peacefully in their sleep, aye.
Right.
But, no, the people just tend to get weak as you do.
Weak.
May I ask, Your Majesty, what do you tend to eat around here? What's are you gatherers, hunters? What's any farms?
Gatherers and trappers, mostly.
And what do you gather and trap?
Well, Ilden Door here are current Lord and Lady trappers. Well, local wildlife. Go down to the stream, get some fish. Got some fish traps. Go foraging for nuts, berries. Meat.
Where's all
you
your
know,
water come from?
There's a. Did you not see the river?
Now is the river. Up here. What does it look like?
Well, the last you saw it, it looked visibly
Clear
okay.
and flowing.
Yeah.
How much does it come via what would have been the mines of Fair Delvin?
Well, it comes from obviously in the mountains somewhere, which then all kind of converges into the river.
Numerous chemicals and metals and stuff were mined in our town that was destroyed many years ago.
I'm just gonna turn to Door and just Door. Do you happen to have a water skin on you, sir? Ever so parched.
Oh, aye. Yeah, I imagine you travelled far.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'm gonna take a swig, but I'm not gonna swallow it. Just gonna hold it in my mouth and pass him the skin back. Give it a bit of a swirl around my mouth, get a bit of taste, and then I'm gonna spit it in my hand and sort of have a look at it and see if there's any obvious particles floating in it or any sort of metallic taste that I can get from it.
All right, well, make a Constitution save. No, I'm joking. Forget it.
I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to roll a fucking dice. I was so excited. I was just like, yeah.
No, it
I'm
tastes.
not a dwarf. I'm fine.
It tastes like fresh water. There doesn't feel like there's anything particularly particulate within it. As
Good word.
yeah, it is a good word. It seems like any water would be that's been sat in a water skin for a while. You know.
Mm.
And I'm
Can-
not picking up
while
anything
this is
with,
going
my,
on,
with
can-
my cloak. I'm not picking up any sort of ethereal or any sort of like I don't know, a
Nothing
fucking
invisible.
curse or what the fuck's going on?
In fact, yeah, I don't even know why I'm asking. He's got the bloody cloak.
As far as the ethereal realm goes, there's a lot of activity in the region, but nothing that appears, I don't know, out of the ordinary. There's a lot more activity, obviously, because there was ancient battles taking place here. It tends to be a gravitational point for ethereal beings, but there's nothing that you're picking up.
Say,
Can
Grom.
Which Grom?
This
Hello?
young Grom.
Yeah, they both can't say
Could,
it.
could we get could we have a tour? Could someone show us around the place?
Oh, of course.
It'd be nice to see you in.
You're already met Hild here. Hild,
Yeah,
you show the big fellas round, eh?
just before that, can I just have a quick look around this room to see if there's anything sort of out of the ordinary that I would recognise? Just anything, like, you know, like a, I don't know, demonic symbol on the wall or something, or just something that's like.
Make
Yeah,
a
you know, just
perception
something
and.
out of the
Oh,
ordinary.
they have an altar with a sacrificed goat on.
Yeah.
yeah, similar back.
Did we miss
Yeah.
that?
Don't
We
mind
literally
that.
walked past
Just something out of the ordinary, you know, like or the throne being like, I don't know, some sort of life sucking thing, like the golden throne. I don't know, you know.
Make a perception.
What's my perception? All right, it's only an 11.
Not really. There's nothing blaringly obvious. There's like the big symbol on the walls or anything. The throne itself seems to be made up of loose bits of large stone with smaller bits of stone wedged in between it to help
It's a dry
secure it
stone
and such.
throne.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Which for
after-
dwarven kind is kind
all
of
places.
impressive, but a bit odd.
Yeah,
After
all
I've
places
asked,
giving
after
me
I've asked,
shudders.
Yeah.
after I've asked Grom for a tour, I'll go to Helner. I'm like, Helner, while they're showing us around,
Just Hild.
keep your magic. I don't know,
Yeah,
you know
I'll-
magic.
yeah,
Oh, Helena,
I'll-
sorry.
Keep
yeah.
your eye-
Yeah.
keep your eyes out for magic shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm
Also,
looking for.
Drop
you
it
do?
with detect magic.
You
I
do
see.
your shit.
All right. Yeah.
While he's saying this to her, I'm literally stood behind him going,
Meridian, you also know magic stuff. Maybe
"Oh,
you keep your
thanks,
eyes out.
yeah,
for-
thanks for noticing."
In fact, why is the fucking barbarian looking around this room for something that might be killing
I
these
don't
people?
know,
when
but
it's
you
not?
did. So
The dwarf was
then
being polite and talking to his stolen name,
Yeah.
but as he was talking
Stolen.
and giving the orders to her to take him around, I just quickly cast detect magic.
yeah.
Just to see.
Are you keeping that to yourself? Are you trying to
Yeah.
keep it quite? Make
for now,
a
I'll
sleight of
keep
hand
that.
then for casting it without letting anybody know you're casting it. Casting is a
Oh,
very
Josh just wants to roll a dice.
visual thing.
Okay, that is a 17 total.
Oh yeah, that's all right. Yeah, as kind
I
of
am a
everybody
nimble dwarf.
turns, you turn your back on them towards the door as you then cast it, and then have a quick look around. Nothing. Obviously, your teammates are obviously a beacon of magical entities, but
I'm not.
well, your weapons are. At least one weapon is,
One weapon.
and
Helmet.
your helm is.
Oh, okay, good point. Yeah, fair enough.
Slightly diminished now, but so it's
Still
a
just as
30-foot
magical, just have so many uses.
30-foot sphere centered on me, or 30-foot radius sphere. So
And
60 foot
it's
across.
within line of sight, so you know. But
Yeah.
within this room, pretty much just your the party is being illuminated with your detect magic as it stands. So they Hild guides you out. Come this way. Come this way.
I think we need to go see where they're
For
sleeping.
reference, It's not line of sight, but it is blocked by a foot of stone. So
Oh wow, it's
Yeah.
in a fort. That's effectively the same thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good to know, though. Good to know.
Yeah.
So she takes you out and starts leading you into different rooms. There's like into another kind of communal room where they kind of have everybody. And in this communal room, there's a kind of a large group of female dwarves there, all pregnant, and all having a natter. A bit of a mother's meeting, effectively. They're just it looked like they're not being held there or anything. They just like to be social, and they're just having a natter amongst
These teenagers
themselves.
have obviously got like some sort of libido going on, haven't they? Jesus.
No, teenagers.
Everyone's teenagers and everyone's preggers.
And
Can I just sort of wander in and start just chatting to them? Would that be allowed, or is this a ladies'?
oh no! They're not making you feel unwelcome or anything. This is just a general communal room. There are other male dwarves in there. I'm just pointing out that there is there's about 6 pregnant females there, or women.
Yeah, can I go and talk to the prego ones?
Sure, if you really want.
Everyone's got a preference.
Hello, ladies. Congratulations to you
Hey,
all.
this
It all
one-
looks like you're all due. Are you all?
It's like a pedo's paradise.
Do you have the fathers? These gentlemen over here.
Sorry, I was scowling at Aiden for the duration of that. I didn't hear a word.
I was just asking them if the male dwarves in the room were the fathers of the babies.
And one of them pipes going, "Oh well, that one's mine." Gives him a little wave.
Right. No, I was going for the gene pool angle that they were only breeding with Grom, and that's why everyone was dying young. So that's fucked that idea out the water. All right. Thanks. Enjoy your birth, and I'll wander off.
No, it's got to be something magical. It's got to be.
And then they all, as you kind of walk away, they all start whispering to each other, like leaning in, and looking at you like, "There's
Why
weird
that
guys,
creepy
going,
human
like
just asked if we're
creepy
single?
human people just walking in." It's like, how weird was that?
I'm not wasting time with small talk. I got what I came in for. I'm shit to do.
Dwarf fetish.
But yeah, they then take you out of that kind of communal room. They take you to Hild's trying to usher you out now, like those people. Sorry, and then they kind of leads you through to a few other places. There are places where they sleep. Then there's several places where they sleep. There are in fact several communal areas. There's what kind of things are you wanting to see? I mean, what are you looking for? Kitchen?
Where they sleep as well.
Yeah, it's just a general tour around, see if anybody. Yeah, see if anybody
Library.
clean anything
Library.
whilst they're showing it around. See,
Oh,
just
yeah, just,
make sure there wasn't something dead obvious that we.
Yeah, I mean, they show you around. The sleeping areas are fairly basic, but they obviously look like they've expanded what sleeping areas there were to accommodate a growing population. Because it does seemingly the way that they're kind of trying to manage, they're managing to repopulate. But then,
midwife.
so these kind of sleeping areas are just kind of a make-do kind of sleeping arrangement. But there's nothing that screams at you, "Oh my god, that's going to kill them." It doesn't seem damp or anything. It's a dry space. It looks like there's a space to have a fire in there, so there's not cold or anything. It looks like that fires might be well ventilated. You know, it's things like that you're checking for. You're like, this seems okay. I don't get it. You go to the place where they kind of prepare foods, and it's just it doesn't scream, "Oh my god, the food's killing people," because as you kind of walk in, obviously they kind of have a really shocked look on their face, and they're looking around at each other, and Hill's like, "All right." And there's
Have they
one
got
guy
a
who looks
selection of
like they're
different coloured chopping boards?
no.
Well, there you go. They're cutting the chicken on the same board that they're cutting the veg. It's clearly salmonella.
Oh yeah, salmonella poisoning. Yeah,
Case closed. Let's go.
that they there's one there who looks like he's like preparing a rabbit. Who looks a bit confused.
We need Benson and Carter and
Carter.
I don't know.
So then
I've stayed back in the room, haven't I? I don't know if Helena did or not.
I don't know who was going on this tour. Obviously, Meridian, Hector, and Cadell was out on the tour.
Yeah, I was staying behind.
I
All right,
but I
Helena
imagine
and
Thunder
Grom
was.
back in the.
I was
Forget
in my
about
head. I was
Thunder.
trying to stay close to Thunder, just at the off chance that someone in the
Thunder's
fall
with us.
recognised. And
I forgot about
snoring,
Thunder. I
and
was
it
thinking humans and a dwarf.
yeah.
this is
Obviously
where the dwarves are
everybody
like, what the fuck?
everybody is. To be fair, the fact that they've never, you get the impression they've never seen a human before, and also never seen a tiefling before either. So they're regarding you both with equal amazement.
Strange, exotic.
Come on, if the
beasts.
poor buggers
Yeah.
only lived 20 years, they haven't exactly seen much, have they?
Oh,
Was
exactly.
there? Did I notice any place while we were going around that I sort of wanted to keep my eye out for anything they weren't showing us? Like, was there like a door or like anything that we didn't go through?
Make a perception check, please.
Oh, I don't have good perception, so that's not going to be great. 8.
You got the feeling that they were showing you all the rooms that they were using. I mean, it was hard to say that they were hiding anything from you. I mean, I think at one point you'd have gone, "What about this room?" And then they've just gone, "Oh, well, you can open it." And you'd have opened it, and the room's demolished. So you're like, "Oh, it's not in use. Close it."
Okay.
Can I just say, is it Hild that's showing us around?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doors limped off to have some rest.
Right. Okay. Early doors. Right. Hild. I was trying to get a smash your back doors in joke in there earlier when he hurt himself, but I just couldn't wangle it in. Hild, Grom said in the main hall that by the age of sort of 21, 22, your people tend to just sort of fade away. Are there any elders in the building? Is there anyone that's on the verge of passing on?
Oh, well, well, there might be. Well, we're coming up to where we treat our sickly, as it were. Well, I'll show you. Yes,
Do I need to rage before I walk in?
you don't take damage, or is it poison or whatever?
Just I'm resistant to everything.
Resistant to everything. Yeah, you walk in instantly, take 1 million psychic damage. No.
It's not resistant to emotional damage.
No, not the slightest.
Nine.
Dwarven COVID-19.
Yeah.
So, they lead you to this particular place. You can tell it's been kind of offset from everything else, but it's not a massive room. There's you see in there that Dawes kind of hobbled his way in and taken a seat on a bench in there. There's a couple of young women in there who seem to be tending to people. So one of them comes over and is assessing Dawes' leg. And then she's pretty much just like, it's just a sprain, you dozy twat. You know, on your way. And then somebody else comes and like, like kind of looking at you all in kind of a bit of a, like, who the heck are you, lot, kind of manner. It's like, can I help you? Hilda, these folks were you? Like, I'm just giving them the tour. New folk? Get that? We have not seen new folk for generations. And it's like,
good day, sir. Are you a physician, a doctor of any kind?
Well, we do what we can. We try and make folk comfortable.
Just a no would be fine. Just out of interest,
He wants to roll some dice.
Your patients that are in here today, are there any that you would deem to be passing of old age?
Aye. There's Brimmer back there who's she's on her way.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Brimmer, Brimmer. Aye, but she was taking a nap. You just bear with me. I'll see if she's up for having a chat. You wanted to have words or what? I don't understand.
If
Yes,
I just yes, I'm a human doctor. I was just interested to see what was making pass so frequently.
Well then, your help is most appreciated, Doctor. Then she falls back off, and you can see she's crouched next to this bed. And they say these beds in themselves, they're just bits of foliage that they've got, and just some linen over the top. She's puts her hand on her and starts whispering something to her, and then you see Brimmer just give a gentle nod, and it's like, "Oh, Doctor, thank you. If you could help in any way you can, she'd more than happy to talk to you now."
Awesome. Hello, Miss Brimmer, is it?
Oh, aye, it is. Yeah. You can see that, yeah, she is, as does have the physical appearance of someone in their very early 20s.
May I ask, Miss Brimmer, when did you start feeling weaker? When did this onset come about?
Well, a year or so, maybe 9 months, maybe it's a year. Oh well, catches up to us all, doesn't it?
And then once this started, were you brought here to the infirmary?
Aye, they've taken good care of me.
And what sort of care are we talking? Any medicine? Any surgery? Any treatment?
Any what now? Oh no, just made sure I'm comfortable and fed. They bring me everything I need.
So no medicine whatsoever, just food.
What medicine is there for someone as old as I?
It's a hospice.
Lucozade? Bottle of 2020. I mean, that did me all right when I was that age. Oh God. Looking at her, there isn't any physically. You know, she hasn't aged more than she should. She still looks young. She still looks like.
Are
physically,
you
does she look?
given a medical assessment?
Yeah.
Then please make a medicine roll.
It's either
They
something
see me
consumed,
rolling.
or it's
Oh.
something in the building, which is why it's abandoned
Plus-
in the first place.
+0 on medicine.
One. But yeah,
It's a natural
I feel like
20!
it was abandoned.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, the kids are in bed. I'm going to get in trouble for that. so
He's excited.
excited.
First roll, it's a natural 20. No, great.
I haven't rolled a natural 20 in so long.
Yeah, well, with that, you, she allows you to go physically assess her, and you kind of assessing her, and what you do find physically, I mean, she's physically very much a body of a young 20-year-old dwarf. But what you can tell is there's an occasional, I was going to say rash, but it's more just like a red areas, and some of these areas have started to ever so slightly blister a little bit.
Radiation poisoning,
This
But you don't.
fungal infection.
the worst patch.
Just list everything that could cause blister.
Yeah. The worst patch. Can I just ask? Is this painful? This area here?
Oh, it can be if I'm laying on that side. I'll just try not to.
And has this been here since your symptoms started?
Straight away. I mean, I think that one. Last few months that's been really bothering me, but not. Why is it important?
Well, Doctor, these rashes, does this go hand in hand with old age in your kind? Is this a regular occurrence?
Oh yeah, it just happens.
And would you say that this rash was present in all of the dwarves that die of old age?
Well, we don't go about searching for them, but from what we've seen,
They're your patients, sir.
and we
They are
make
your
sure
patients.
they're well looked after.
Well fed and watered, and don't give them any medicine or any treatment or even look for their rashes. Yes, you're useless. Sir, I hate to say this, but your people should be living for hundreds of years. Grom here is in the prime of his life.
He's ancient.
And he's-
what he is.
I'm sorry.
No, but this is the point. He isn't ancient at all. He's middle-aged at best.
I'm not middle-aged. No, I'm
Quite young.
Yeah,
It's
still
really
quite young,
young.
he's
He's
150.
actually quite young.
Are you really? Oh, sorry. I'm sure you've had a very hard life. The point is,
Shit paper around.
these
Paper round will disappear, to be honest.
really,
It's
really
hard
tall
work.
letterboxes. That's what did it. It's just, you can't get. Never put a dwarf on a giant's street.
Anyway.
Right. So the rash. How do we find out what's causing the rash?
And no, currently you're muttering to yourself. So.
If you don't
I
mind,
am.
I'm gonna just kind of excuses herself and steps away from you. Strange person, and goes to start talking to Brimmer again.
Well, again, really,
Right.
there's got to
Yeah.
be something either. Something they're consuming.
What causes rashes?
Or it's
Well, it's
something
either
in
something
the air.
they've
Yeah.
consumed, or there's something in the air which is not good, or
Right. I need to get.
Something in the
We need to get
building?
back to Grom.
Yeah,
And while
let's
they're
get
doing
back
that-
there.
Let's get back to the main hall because he needs warning. Because if this is a disease of some sort that only affects dwarves, and he's way past his best,
but does it only affect dwarves? Because I mean, where did everyone go?
you're not in the room, Grom.
Yeah.
You've no idea that I'm slagging you off.
No,
Yeah.
so, I mean, it's like a sixth sense. I just itch here, but it's not like a rash or anything. It's just a,
You get a rash,
Who's
and that's
to
your
say?
boil
Not
on
a
it.
rash.
Who's to say it isn't going to affect us? But
So while they're exactly,
Well, I
that's a good
suppose, yeah,
question.
'cause-
While they're out the room, so I'll just be like, sorry, Grom. Good name, by the way. I do appreciate the name Grom. I share the name myself, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Elena,
really? Do you
have you
know?
got a moment? Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
Grom. Just,
aye,
I need to
aye.
have a private word with my colleague here, just to come over.
Oh,
yeah.
all right, as you were.
Yeah. Can you talk to corpses?
I can. Oh, can I? Wait.
It's like, yes.
You wizards,
Oh wait, can I?
You wizards can do stuff that I
Yeah.
can't do, and honestly, I'd like to learn from you someday. But right now,
Strictly speaking, everyone can talk to corpses. It's whether they can talk back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you converse two ways? Can you ask them questions?
I don't have it prepared.
So we'd have to stay the night here, and that worries me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grom, have you a moment, good sir?
Wait, before you
Oh,
bring him over.
It's like,
Elder Grom.
Elder Grom.
Are they speaking Dwarfish?
no,
no,
They're
it's
not.
common at the moment.
Yeah.
But do
That's
they
a
doubt
good
they,
question,
I doubt they
actually.
could even
do they
talk
know
Dwarvish.
I'll ask him to come back over in Dwarfish.
Yeah.
and yeah, you get the impression he's none the wiser.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Um,
sorry, Grom. No, listen, I'm sorry. I forgot myself then. I was speaking in the wrong tongue. You know, you pick so many up in the world.
I imagine you're well travelled.
Well, not as much as you'd like. I spent a lot of years in a cell making weapons for bastards. But we'll talk about that another day.
True.
Sounds like
If
quite
we
a
make it to
tale.
another day. Right, so
If
I have a question here. How many generations of you folk have lived here? Of you dwarven folk? Have
oh
you
well,
record?
well then let's see. There's tales of, you know, there's fathers all living here. It's
Well, at your age, that could be a week last Tuesday. What about, further back?
well,
I just
there's
curious.
nothing ancient texts are out, you know.
Well, verbal histories, I'm aware, and this might be the problem we're facing. Look, where'd you bury your dead? And who is your most venerated ancestor that you know is buried?
Oh well, we just we tend to more burn our dead than.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Makes
Back
sense.
to the earth is one thing.
Not well pressed for good land. Yeah.
Aye. Right, do you have parts of this place that you won't go? Like parts of this old fort
Won't
that
go?
maybe
Well.
aren't too run down, but are bad, aren't places you feel welcome, or are too deep for you to make use of?
No, all the places that aren't falling down, we're either making use of or having thoughts of what we might use them for. You know.
All right, okay. And is there out that you're not using currently, or that maybe you've repurposed from something else into,
Well, there's East Tower that's don't seem too bad, like, but
Aye.
problem is with that place is most of the fort between here and there is all collapsed. Getting in and out's
Right,
not
so
easy, so we're not
You've
bothered.
You've been up the East Tower, have you? Or into
Oh
it?
no.
No. Okay. Yeah. It's just me and Helena, isn't it? Everyone else has gone,
Yeah.
or they're on the way back.
Hmm.
I think maybe we want to be exploring this East Tower at some point.
Yes, definitely. At some point.
Listen, I appreciate your hospitality, Grom, and I'd like to have a word with my colleagues, and I'd like to explore this East Tower of yours, if with your permission, of course. Maybe we can
Oh,
find
well,
something that'll help you.
Well, by all means,
And
have a look, see, but be careful, like, because obviously, as you can see, this place ain't as stable as it should.
Oh, I know. Okay, I'll talk you through that later. Don't worry. In the meantime, how old are you again, sir? Are you in your 20s?
Oh, I am, I.
And do you feel your age?
Oh, I do. At times I do,
Are
yeah.
you feeling like you're slowing down and getting weaker?
Oh, yeah, as everyone does when they're getting older.
Well, this is true, I suppose. But is it,
Except
is
for
it something
you,
that's
you
been,
seem
know-
mighty strange to us, as you can imagine.
Well, I mean, this is it. Oh, I must be the oldest thing you've ever seen.
Oh,
These walls still
I've seen
standing.
them any of us have seen.
Yeah, right. And as he's doing that, I'll clap him on the shoulder and go, "You're doing a good job, young Grom," and I'll just
See,
cast Lesser
Puffs
Restoration
out
on him.
with pride. A lesser restoration, right? Are you hiding casting lesser restoration?
Absolutely not. Just call it a blessing.
All right. Remind me everything on that. Remedies.
It can remove a specific condition
Ooh,
or
specific.
what disease. So it can either do blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, or I can end a disease, and I'm going to end a disease if there is one on him.
Okay. You cast it. You can see the magical energy, especially you've still got your magical sense activated.
Yeah.
You cast it on him. You can see the magical energy as you've kind of gathered it and built it up in your hands, and you clap him on the shoulder, and it passes into him and completely envelops him. For a brief moment, it washes over him and then leaves his body, as it would do.
And it's not like so.
He's not magically gone. Wow, I'm feeling better.
No. I cured him of something.
Sorry.
Would I know if I cured him of an affliction?
You know you've successfully cast it, but yeah, you don't know.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if that will do it for you, but hopefully you'll feel a little less tired now.
Well,
And if not
I
today,
appreciate
tomorrow.
it. Ah,
Yeah.
strange blessings. It's just
You
these
know,
people next to
when you've travelled and you come to someone's house, it's customary to offer them a gift, and I have offered you the gift of a hale and healthy body.
Oh, well, then that is much appreciated.
You're most welcome. And yeah, that'll do for now. I was gonna pop my cannon out, but I think I'll wait. I was getting antsy. I was just gonna put the healer cannon up and just start giving myself temporary hit points every 6 seconds. I'm gonna wait for now. I assume
Right.
I'm not feeling any effects at all as it stands.
No.
No, I assume that it won't just be me anyway, because this would have been human once.
Well, yeah, surely it'd affect all of us.
Yeah, they'll have found it empty. Right.
Unless it's dwarf only.
Refugees from the Grommune who've Chinese whispered themselves into a corner. Right, so I'll wait for these guys to come back and find out what they've learnt.
Fair enough. Yeah, it takes a bit of a while after these guys have been taken the tour, and a bit of a chat with pregnant ladies and the dying elderly. Yeah. Yeah, and you all return. I say you all. Hector,
Yeah.
Cadell, Meridian, and Hilda are brought back into the main hall.
Yeah, anything?
Can I? Right. Well, I'll run up to Grom first of all and just whisper to him. It's definitely an affliction or some kind of poisoning. The infirm, once they hit what they deem old age, they seem to show signs of a rash similar to a burn, red, angry, blistered. Now, without there being any other species here, we can't assume it's only dwarven. So I think it's sensible that we all check ourselves over. Don't drink the water. Don't drink the food.
Drink the food.
The other issue that I can't. By any chance, have you spoken Dwarvish to the chief?
Yeah, he doesn't know it.
Okay,
Pass it
I'm
on-
just going to
pass it
turn
on.
around. Chieftain Grom, apologies for the personal question, but we are here to help. Can you, and when I say you, I mean your people. Can you read and write?
Well, some have been trying to teach others. Aye. But we don't tend to. We don't have no need to.
And what you do right is common.
I don't get you. Sorry.
The language that you're speaking to me now, is that the language that you write in?
Could you
yeah.
could you show us? Could you show us some of the writing?
Oh, yeah. Aye. He leads you over towards the fire that's raging on, and some of the ashes on the outer edge. He gets a bit of a like a poker that's just on the side. It's basically just a stick that he uses as a poker. That he starts very crudely writing Grom.
Okay.
Grom.
Everybody, huddle up.
Yeah.
Okay, two theories. One, they have no written language and therefore knowledge isn't passed down. With the generations dying out as quickly as they are, they know.
It's histories and tales is how we tell our history. When you
Okay,
live a long time, that's fine because there's a lot of people to tell it. But when you live a short time like this, I mean, look
exactly. So they've lost the knowledge of the Dwarven language. They've lost the knowledge of stonecraft. They are practically a subspecies, and whatever it is that is killing them has clearly been lost to previous generations, and they now have no knowledge that is not normal. Theory number two.
Convinced they know that there's anything killing them, or that their old generations did, because they'll have found this place empty. This was a human fort. These stone walls weren't built by dwarves.
No, and with nothing being written down. They have no medical knowledge whatsoever. They're just keeping their old comfortable. There's no medicine. There's no treatment. They have no medicinal knowledge at all. There is one other theory, which is out of the box, but plausible.
Alright.
That these aren't dwarves. They don't speak Dwarvish. They don't know stonecraft. They only live into their 20s. Yes, they look like dwarves, but is it possible that we've stumbled across a purely separate species that can't speak Dwarven because they're not dwarves? They look like dwarves, admittedly, but they're a young species. They only live into their 20s, and they just happen to live in...
What else could they be? I mean, I would struggle to find any species that I've ever heard of, and I don't know about any of the rest of you, but, I mean, 23 being old age?
Yes, but none of us knew what a gnome was until a few months ago.
Oh, aye, but they apparently live much longer. I don't know. Look, he said something about the East Tower looking like it might be habitable, but they've never bothered looking at it because they can't excavate a way through the castle to get there. So I feel we should check that. Now, here's the question as well. Being a dwarf with all the artificer experience that I've been brought up with, would I know about certain minerals, metals, and rocks that are in effect radioactive that emit harmful energies that I would use in my making of certain things? Would I be able to ascertain whether or not radiation poisoning was a thing based on the experience imparted to me by learning the craft with all these materials?
Make a history check.
History check. Won't guide myself on this one because it don't
Sorry,
make sense.
guys, 2 minutes.
While we're doing this, Grom the Elder's in the background just picking his teeth with the uranium penknife.
From the younger. Thank you. History check. Okay. The 2 is not going to help.
No.
Even with history, that makes it a 6. So,
Yeah, it's not something you'd have been taught as part of your craft, because if it was going to be dangerous, you just wouldn't use it.
Okay. All right.
So-
Here's a question which can ascertain about whether they're dwarves or not, because obviously they've got this outline knowledge. When I recruited the blacksmith in Garden Springs and started rebuilding my guild, I taught him how to craft the guild emblem.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything like that guild emblem here? Because if that's what their society, their long-time society was based on, is there a sort of a symbol of that guild and the Grammune anywhere? Any evidence that it might historically have
Make a perception check.
and for this one, I am going to guide myself because I'm deliberately looking for it rather than thinking. Much better. That is a 17 plus 0 plus 4 for the D4. That is a 21.
Ooh, very nice. A well-placed guidance. So yes, you notice something which might kind of look like the symbol of the Gromson
Crest.
Crest is the word I was after. Thank you. But it's small, and you may well have glanced over it, but just for a second you thought, I'll check his crown. And just as it kind of sticks out above his headline, as it were, on the inside, you can see something that's small and relatively crude looking, but it's far too similar to
be anything
without having a really close look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay. And I'll lean back in and go, look, I know this is a reach, Meridian, but you look at this and I've got it. I keep a little one in my pocket. This is the crest of my guild and my family, the Gromson Crest. Anyone who was part of our society would know what this is, and if you look at his crown there, this is warped, but it's a very similar version of this to that.
It's on the inside, so it's...
All right, we'll wait till he turns his head. You'll see. And then, yeah, so I think these are dwarves, and I think something's afflicting them. So I suggest we also look at this east tower.
When are we assuming that there's no Groms left in the mountains now?
There are no Groms, no, from what I was told. My grandfather was the last Grom in the mountains, and he brought my father down, and I wasn't born in the mountains, but I had first-hand experience of those who used to run the place, so I know a lot about it through tale and through story.
So it's plausible that these are the last.
It's entirely plausible that these are the refugees and are now
fled
600 generations down, because we came down. Some of us, it was in parcels. Most came with my grandfather and my father and made their way to Havenford, where they set up a community. But there was fractured. The guild was deliberately split so as to never ever have just be in one place where we could all be hit at once, and so they all went to various settlements and created little grommunes of their own, little dwarven societies, to be local artificers, local craftspeople, local creatives, and it's entirely possible that this is the last outpost of these refugees, but of their age and the way they're going through their generations, it's so far removed from what they were originally.
And how long ago would they have come here, if that's the case? 100 years?
Long time.
There's got to be some sort of like written. There's got to be, even from the original ones who settled here. There's got to be some records. There's got to be something.
Well, because the dwarves do everything by spoken word, and
our histories are recounted for our elders. We live for a very long time. We can share this knowledge, and the dwarves, much of our craft is written down, because it's all has to be blueprints. It has to be designed, and it's very hard to do that in story.
If they're all dying at 20 odd, then that's like, even just in the time of Grom being alive, that's like 6-7 generations worth, isn't it?
They're
all dying at
we need Grom's right. We need to investigate the tower. We're banging our heads against a brick wall.
Thankfully,
poorly built, poorly maintained brick wall. At that.
The one thing you got to think though is if it affects them by the time they're like the 20 odd, then it must be some sort of disease that takes a long time. Well, as in takes 20 odd years to kill you, or you come of age and it kills you, which means we're all pretty fucked.
Yeah,
If
we're
we stay
dead
here very
overnight,
long.
or it's a 20-year affliction, and those who last, or it's population control, and there's some malignant force at work here. But it does, you say, it looks like they're expanding their population.
That
which
gets
point?
that gets my vote. There's something sinister behind it.
I think we should just search the rest of the
Foolish
place.
as it may be, I do trust your judgment sometimes, Hector.
Let's go after this. Let's go check out this tower.
Yeah. Hilda, do you fancy showing us this east tower of yours? We're going to go and investigate what might be within
It's just Hild. That's Hilda.
Sorry.
I'm just Hild.
Oh, apologies. Sorry, Hilda. Look, listen. It's been a long night, all right, and I'm sorry, but you children, you dwarven citizens are very familiar and very similar looking to me. I call them children. They don't think they're children, do they? Oh shit!
No.
Oh,
Tad offended.
oh, let's be off. Let's be off.
Right. On that note, we'll have a quick break before you actually then go and investigate the East Tower. So, so we will be back in 5 or so minutes, and we will pick up with your adventures towards the East Tower and see what you may or may not find there.
Aye.
Back in a moment.
Marvelous.
We are back after being suitably refreshed. So, refreshed.
Yeah, number
Swift.
2 is done.
Where we left you before the break, you had decided upon, at the very least, exploring the East Tower, where it was unknown as to what might possibly be out there, unknown whatsoever. So, Hild was asked to just point you in the right direction. But to be fair, it's not all that difficult, because it was only 2 corridors away to get you to where she led you in to the fort in itself. But then, and from there, because a lot of the ceiling and walls had kind of collapsed along with that part of the fort, effectively is just rubble. But then you just kind of turn to your left around a wall, and basically you can see the tower. It's very obvious.
Any signs of life?
I was going to say, is there a light on high up to start with?
By all means, make a perception check.
I'm on it.
Nat
Oh,
20.
no, shit. I got
That's the worst time to get a very definite no, isn't it?
that's it. Well, it's a 13 plus 5, so it's a 17.
Okay.
18.
Cadell, you're looking up this tower. You don't see much at all. But
What
Grom,
do my eagle eyes see?
your instinct was any lights on up this tower, and you don't see anything up the tower. But you have a look up the tower, and then you just thought, what's down at the bottom of the tower? And you have a quick look around, and just for that split second as you glanced down, you saw some movement at the bottom of the tower.
Yeah, guys, right. Everyone now. Something out there down the bottom of the tower. Is it outside?
Yes.
Yeah, there's something out here down.
Just darting behind what was part of the wall, because this tower was part of the outside wall on the east side, but then just out of part of the outside wall, which is still kind of left attached to that east tower, it just disappeared. What would effectively be beyond the fort walls.
Right,
Hild, it's probably best if you go back. We'll take it from here.
Hild, before you go, any
Aye.
of your kin out here?
Oh no, I don't see why there would be.
So we're not likely to bump into someone. So if we go in there expecting
Gets
a threat-
treacherous out there, so watch your footing.
We will do. Right? Is this something you're told from birth, not to go towards this tower?
Well, not as strictly as that, no.
Oh, okay.
But no, we just know it's where you can see for yourselves. Walls fall down, you know.
Aye, they do that. Yeah, and we'll build them back up for you at some point, but not right now. Let's go and
You can do
get
that.
yourself safe. Aye, dwarfs. That's what we do. Didn't you?
It's not what
You
we
might
do.
Not know it. Well, you've not been taught, but you will be.
I
Don't
thought you
worry.
just dug holes. Hole.
That's
And
moles.
she turns and walks away.
and as she walks away, and Cadell's looking at her, I just slap him in the kneecap with my little hand hammer. Not my big one, just one of the little ones. I just carry him back. Just
Yeah,
the
and
side
my
of the
leg,
knee.
my leg just spasms and boots you about 20 feet. Yeah.
It's just as a reflex.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? There's
How far away is the thing we
there's a bit of a climb down, which is easy enough because, like I say, you're like a floor up effectively. There's a steady climb down, but then there's effectively like parts of walls still standing and other bits of rubble you have to kind of climb over and get past. As soon as you kind of drop down, you can no longer see the base of the tower from there.
Okay.
It's time to
I'm
toss a
good.
dwarf.
Is there are there any
he's determined
doors?
to toss a
to the
dwarf.
tower?
You're determined, but it's there's no need to. You can clamber over all this rubble. It's just steady progress if you're not in too much of a rush.
So, are we going to the bottom of the tower, or are we going in the tower?
Well, we're gonna go and explore where this movement was first, and I'm gonna tap my monocle and turn see invisibility on.
Okay.
Just to see if there's anything in addition in the area.
Sure. What was the duration of that? Sorry.
It's an hour.
An hour.
And it's however far I can see.
Right. Yep. Fine.
Invisible creature. It
Duly
basically
noted.
gives me the same as
cloak.
as his cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Just
the
for an hour.
material plane as well.
Yeah.
So. It's not
So
a lot.
yes, you
Bring down.
you can then see as soon as you tap that. There is a lot of ethereal activity in this area, for the obvious reasons that it is a site of a major battle. But then, other than that, you don't see anything invisible as such.
Okay.
So yeah. Would you like to make a just no,
yeah.
like a dexterity?
Who's doing this?
Everybody who's doing the clambering.
Oh, we're doing checks.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Um,
Or just straight dex?
I'm there, like, helping other
acrobatics,
people down as well. Like,
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Well, I mean, it makes no difference, but I'll take it.
Oh god. No, 7.
ooh,
14.
17.
Ooh.
22.
Normally I'm the one falling on my ass, so that's quite nice.
Pretty good. So what was
I
Helena?
do have
Sorry,
a pretty good acrobatics
16.
bonus, to be fair.
16 and Grom.
14.
14. No, great. Everybody was doing pretty well, really. What was
Okay,
Hector
just
again?
fall
He's
on the
going.
7.
Oh yeah, no, but it's fine. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's if you're taking your time. Basically, it's how quickly you can do it, effectively. So Hector falls behind somewhat in his heavy armor, clanking about. Sometimes your foot slips a little bit on a loose rock, but you don't go tumbling or anything. Only if you'd have rolled spectacularly poorly would you have done that.
I've just watched a 6'8" barbarian do like a double backflip off a wall. Man.
Yeah,
That's
you were
pretty
just
great.
like, you were just like, I'd look up and going, that looks stable. Lift
Oh,
yourself
we're
up.
clambering it up. I thought we were
Up,
clambering it
yes.
down.
Well, it's down first, then it's up a bit, it's round a bit,
Oh,
and
right,
it's down again, and then it's there's a lot of like bits of buildings which have collapsed, which you then kind of have to go up and then back down again, and then around it. It's difficult going because of how uneven it all is. Because then once you kind of come back down again, you come to part of a fort where the upper floors have collapsed, but the ground floor's still relative. It's like partially all the roof of that floor's intact, but a lot of the back walls are still in place. So then I have to kind of walk around it, clambering over the upper floors effectively, and then go back around that wall. I'll find a low part where the walls kind of collapsed and climb over that. So it's slow going, but you do all make it. And every now and again you have to kind of sit and wait for Hector to catch up.
I am in heavy armor. To be
You are in
honest,
heavy armor.
so-
You're the only one in
it makes sense for
heavy
me to
armor.
not-
Yeah, exactly.
Not me.
Right, fuck tossing a dwarf, I'll toss a Hector instead. Moving.
Sounds like a good time.
It's like, is this the time? Really?
Giving him a reach
Having a
around when we're
place-
trying to get up
having
a
a
chance.
place get out.
Time. What time is it approximately?
We are looking just after lunch-ish, thereabouts.
Okay.
Tom, just 'cause I know you'll appreciate it.
So anyhow, we are not affiliated or sponsored by Trooper or
Beverages are available.
but you know, but if we'd love to be if that was the case.
I'll buy Black Sheep.
Yeah, but anyhow, you eventually make it to where the foot of this tower is. It is I'd say relatively freestanding. It does have a doorway at the bottom of it, but the door itself is broken. There's like only one half of a door still left on it, and I say there's partial ruins of the outer wall, which is kind of collapsed on either side. So you said you were
Are we
going.
talking like broken as in like broken and caved in, or broken as in like it's just broken and
Is
open?
this where we saw?
Oh
where
no,
I
it's
saw
in. It's
movement?
just broken and open, not recently smashed in or anything. It looks like it's an ancient wooden door. That's like the outside door.
Right. Okay.
Is this where I saw the movement?
It is. They just to the left of the tower as you're looking at it. Like I say, there's that partial section of exterior wall, and you just saw some sort of movement dart behind that.
Okay, here, Cadell, do you reckon you can have a look around and see if you can find some tracks or anything? Here, I saw something move just around that part of wall there.
I'll go and have a look. I'll
Right.
go around the corner, have a little pop, have a little look on the ground, see if I can see any signs of movement, signs of.
Then a survival, then please, for tracks. If you're looking on the ground for looking at tracks and things, that is survival.
I'm quite good at survival.
Been a long time since you've had to make one.
24.
Ooh. You're looking around, looking at these the ground nearby. Despite it being relatively firm ground, with that kind of roll, you can tell there has been some sort of recent footfall. You can't tell precisely what it is just because of how firm the ground is, but you can tell it's been disturbed.
Can I tell where the tracks go in?
You can tell roughly that it kind of follows the alongside the wall, so it doesn't lead away or anything. It sticks close.
Do I see like? Can I see like size of like footprints or anything? Can I see?
Not as such, no. Just because of how
Just that
firm
it's
the ground is. Yeah, you can tell that the ground has been disturbed along this path relatively regularly and recently, so it's not had time for a lot of the grass to regrow over it. There's bits of grass missing. You can tell that's a bit of a path that's been used.
So I can tell the party obviously that this is what I've seen. That I can. Well, basically what you've just said is what I'm just going to relate to the party.
Right then, do we follow the tracks or do we go through the door?
Let's get in there. And I'll open the door.
Open the door. You can step past it without an issue.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
to open a door that isn't there.
Of a door.
Yeah. There's barely.
As me
bits
and you walk through it, probably the rest of it will probably just crumble as we.
as you just clip it with a shoulder on the way past, and the last bit of a hinge just falls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noisy bastards.
Yeah.
What do we see?
You go in and it's not a massive tower. It's you're looking at maybe 15 or so feet inside between yourself and the far wall, and you start getting a bit of a spiral staircase going up this tower.
How stable does the staircase look?
You want to make an assessment of the staircase? You can.
I'm just going to pick up one of the rocks, one of the bricks. I take it there's bricks and rubble and all sorts on the floor.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick a
everywhere.
brick up and I'm just going to launch it up the stairs as far as I can,
Right.
just to see
Yeah.
what happens.
Let's just make more noise.
You launch it up the thing. It hits it and clambers, and then hits the stairs. It hit the kind of a wall of the far side, and it hits the steps. That starts bouncing down the steps, and then tumbles back inside the tower, and just then
Makes a racket.
it makes a
And
racket.
now
And
slowly
but
moving the sound of drums.
All of it up. Yeah, it's fine.
it doesn't
The
collapse.
stairs are
or
fine.
anything. Yeah.
I'm going to start strutting up the stairs.
Do you want to go first?
Meridian's very impatient tonight.
Okay. I'll follow him swiftly behind.
Right. Yeah. You start making your way up these
Meridian's
stairs.
got level 5 spells. Meridian's feeling very cocksure tonight.
Feeling flush.
Yeah. You start heading up, and you get to what is effectively another floor. And you peer your head up from the spiral staircase, and it is very much a defensive tower. It's not designed for large storage or any particular rooms or anything. But this first floor, what looks like it did have a doorway out onto the top of the walls.
Do I see any signs of movement? Any signs of tracks? Or I mean,
are you looking down and outside,
well,
or inside?
Yeah, inside as we're coming up. Yeah, like any signs of movement, any signs of
Make a perception.
like I don't know, animal droppings or anything. You know, like just.
Sure.
Or
Roll shit.
Or a perception or a survival. Yeah, whichever you'd rather.
I've got the same plus on both, so it's still the same roll. So it's only a 6.
Okay. Hard to tell. It's just the bits of rubble and ruin.
Well,
I'll give you the fact that there are obvious bits of drop-ins around, like guano, bat drop-ins.
But yeah.
I'm just gonna. Can I? Where the balcony is.
It's expected on an old, abandoned tower.
Yeah.
You know,
Where the where the
nothing out
door
there.
goes out onto the wall. Can I just stick my and look where whatever the movement was that Grom saw? Can I
Sure.
see where that was? Can I just
Yeah.
have a look out, see if I can see any movement
Yeah,
with
yeah.
my cloak?
Oh yeah. Make a perception check, please.
I get.
Is it with
on that, don't I?
advantage with that? Yeah, I was thinking.
Perception, yeah,
Not
it is.
really.
How
Oh,
how
let me
tall
do
is the
20.
tower? Just out of interest. So we gone up one floor. How much further up? do we go?
Yeah. You're looking at
17.
maybe one or two more.
Hey,
It's
look,
not
look.
massive.
Yeah.
It was about this big, Meridian, and it was nimble. And by shouting that at you, I'll give you my flash of
Genius.
on top of that, which I'll tell you what that is right now, because I don't know if it's changed once I've leveled up. Plus 4,
It
so
is-
makes it
it-
21.
yeah.
Oh, excellent. 21 then.
All right. You look over the edge, like kind of out the door and over the edge of the wall. Now you've kind of got an aerial view. You can clearly see what Cadell was talking about by this track, and you can see it just kind of from the side you've picked. It just kind of looks because this bit of a where the two walls meet at this tower, there's a slight bend in the wall that uses the tower as that point, and that it kind of disappears behind the tower from your line of sight, but there's no movement as such, but you can see that's where the path disappears.
Okie dokie. Are there more stairs going up?
Yeah, there's more stairs going up, and there's a door on the other side as well.
Was the door's the one that leads out, is it, or is this? A
No,
different door?
there's a door on each side, both of which were leading out onto the top of the wall. What
Well,
was
I'll
it?
right.
open the other one and have a look out then.
All right, you can make a perception as well then.
I'll carry on up the stairs. I think.
All right.
Yeah, I'll follow up.
That is 15.
Okay. With a 15, you can see as you kind of look over the edge. You have a quick assessment of this bit of wall. You stand there like, yeah, looks stable. You can step out and then kind of peer over the wall. You can see where this path appears from behind the tower, and then what looks to be a patch of earth that's not quite the same as the rest. You don't know what.
It just looks different hue, different.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't have grass on it.
Okay.
I think we should be following these great tracks.
I think we'll check upstairs and keep a watch here as well, and I'll
Yeah,
Send out
whilst
flamethrower.
you were having a peer, Hector went upstairs ahead.
Yeah.
You get to the next floor, Hector, and this is pretty much the end of being able to get up. It's the end of the spiral staircase. From there, again, well, not again, because there's not doors either side, but there's like lots of like arrow slits, which you can kind of look at a reasonable view out. You can't see down as such, but you can see out, which you can see remnants of the town that was there, but then also in this kind of room, what looks like what should have been some ladders up to another like platform. It's not another floor as such, it's just another platform above you, and again with some more arrow slits around, and that is it.
Okay. I'm just sat there watching this patch of earth just finish putting together my flamethrower, and I'm just keeping a very close eye on it.
Nothing interesting inside this.
No,
room,
there's
is
just
there?
bits of what you could only assume was either remnants of either if there was a crate or something in here, it's long since degraded and destroyed, or whatever was left of the ladders that were attached to it is long gone.
Yeah.
Then Cadell like shouts up like, "Come on, guys! Right, there's nothing here. Come on, let's get back outside. Let's follow these tracks."
Yeah.
Are you doing them?
That's what Cadell just shouted.
All right.
Yeah. Let's it makes sense, doesn't it? The tower seems barren.
How high up on the wall am I above the ground below?
It's
That's
not.
one flight of stairs,
It's
isn't it?
not a. Yeah, it's not a massive fort. We're talking, what like York Wall, basically kind of size.
Like, what, 20 feet?
Yeah. So it's not a massive castle or anything, but it's a defendable wall, but it's not designed for long siege or anything.
Yeah.
It's jumpable. It's...
Yeah, but from the top of the tower, you're looking at 35 feet-ish, something like that.
I need to go down level 4.
No, instead of tossing a dwarf, I'm going to be catching a dwarf.
So you're going back all the way back down the spiral
Right,
staircase?
I was going to say, while these lot talk silly bollocks, I'm going to walk down the stairs
Yeah.
Well, I've
and
done
just
downstairs,
enter at ground level.
Hector and Cadell are just there going, is that jumpable, you reckon?
Well, it is. I'm not wearing heavy armor.
Hector wouldn't debate it.
He'd just
be
go.
off and be like, it's jumpable.
How he
Let's
works.
go."
And he's like, first thought, is it jumpable? Second thought, is that staircase sledgeable?
Shields. Oh.
That's a no to the staircase this time.
Problem is, as he sledges the staircase, he takes it out on his way down, and then I'm stood
with
upstairs
nothing
going,
left of it.
"Fuck's sake, Hector."
But anyway,
Don't
you
worry,
all
it's
make it
jumpable.
downstairs fine.
Right,
And-
and now we're following these goddamn tracks.
Okay. You can go back around the wall, follow the tracks perfectly fine. You don't need to roll anything to follow them tracks because you've seen it, you know where it is, it just follows the side of the wall. You eventually come to where this patch of earth is that Grom pointed out to you. And, make a survival roll, please.
All of us, or just...
Just whoever wants to.
He's in front, he's the biggest.
It's
He's good at it.
It's a 17. So.
Alright.
No, look. You see, I said this bit here again, right? Just pay close attention to that bit. +4.
Alright, so 21.
21.
Alright, yeah, it's Flash of Genius is an amazing ability. So, yes,
17 was probably
you,
good as it was,
you were looking at this
Just
and
push it over 20 before we knew if it was a fail or not.
you're looking at this and then just go, this is dug earth, effectively. And from the looks of it, probably fairly recently dug.
Like dug and pushed up from below, or dug
Dug and
replaced?
replaced.
There's something in here then, eh?
Start digging.
Elena, do you pick up anything magic? Can
I
you pick
will-
up anything magic?
I will see and detect.
In the meantime,
Is
Cadell's
that a
just stabbing
cast?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
casting.
Detect magic. Yeah, so you have a bit of a look around. See nothing magical happening here.
No, nothing.
Right, I will reach into my backpack and get the shovel attachment for the handle of my warhammer.
it. You digging a hole.
Yep. He is digging a hole.
The dwarf is digging a hole.
He is a dwarf and is digging a hole.
Dig a hole.
So yes,
In the
Grom
meantime, Cadell
digs a hole.
helped him dig a hole with his gigantic hands. Just
His shovelly
around.
hands.
Anyway,
It doesn't take you very long until you find what is a sack of sorts, and yeah, it's just a bit of a sack that's what about maybe a foot and a half down.
Really hastily buried.
yeah, this is rather interesting.
Is it a big
Alright.
sack or a little sack?
Cardboard box.
Says that-ish.
Medium sack.
Middling size.
Middling sack.
Well, Cadell
um,
grabs said sack and opens said sack.
Okay.
Straight away, can I? Oh, okay, never mind.
He's opened it. He's in. He
Yeah,
opens it.
sorry.
Looks inside.
Constitution save.
You look inside and you can see it's obviously got something in it. You can see inside that there is bones in there. There are bones within.
Ooh.
Someone
I
to talk-
passed
is
them
there a head?
over.
Is there a skull?
It's like
To the person that knows about skulls and bones.
so
Ooh.
Helena,
Yes.
we're looking at you. Yeah, you get past this sack of bones. You've still got your detect magic visible, and you don't see anything magical. But you're looking at this. Make a medicine check with advantage because you've looked at a lot of bones.
Yeah. $20.
Ooh. Okay.
And that
Well,
one,
not
and
20,
20.
yeah.
All right. With nat one and a 20.
one and a nat 20. As
There we
if-
go. Nice. So
What are
with
the odds of
roll,
that?
Min-maxed
Like,
it,
what the
yeah.
actual odds of that?
Um,
That's crazy.
1 in 400. So,
Oh.
Alright, okay, he does know the odds, fair enough.
so yeah, so you
I love it.
you look at this and you have a quick look around these and you quickly ascertain that this is it seems barely human, but it looks small like a child's body.
Is
And
anything being picked up in the ethereal plane at this point, by the way? Maybe near the bones?
not
No?
particularly, but with such a good roll, you do also pick up the fact that some of the bones have bits of damage on them,
Okay. So like,
particularly.
like broken bones or like a disease?
No, it's more physical damage, like it's almost like something sharp has chipped away at it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, which bones are we talking here? Is it
Leg.
just in general? Leg bones.
Like,
right, okay.
yeah, like upper shin, we're talking.
Excellent.
Okay.
And that's it. There's nothing else in this patch of earth at all. There's no more sacks of bones.
Well, unless you're digging, are you digging any further, or is you just
Oh,
like
no.
you're just leaving it at
Nah.
that?
I mean,
Oh, no.
You found a
is it a
sack
big
and
patch of
stopped.
earth, or- Yeah, no, I think we carry on looking, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
damn right,
carry
yeah,
on
keep going.
digging,
I'll
yeah.
happily
Alright.
carry on, yeah.
So how long are you spending digging? Are you just dig until you find the next
at least like
something.
at least,
Afternoon.
at least good
spend
sort
an
of
hour,
6
you
foot
know, at least.
you know.
All right,
Yeah,
sure.
let's get this
So you
going.
spend a good time just digging and searching, and as far as you think you should, and as deep as you might. So you find sack after sack after sack. You eventually finish up finding 5 different sacks, all with human children in, or the remains of.
Right. Yeah.
Can I tell, like, the age
Oh.
of the bones? Like,
Age of the person, or how old they are? How old the bones are.
The bones are, yeah.
Right, how long they've been bones, not been person.
Bones.
Yes.
What creature wants
I suppose if I with that nat 20 last time, I'll give it you. So yeah, you think
Look how happy
it varies from that first one that you found was most recent, which it's maybe a matter of a few months
Oh.
to like years.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that when it comes to children's bones, you can't tell the difference between a human child or a dwarven child, because when
Should
they
be
first come out,
able
they're both the
You
same size.
can.
The bones on a dwarf.
Yeah, there's subtle differences on like skull structure and like the density and broadness of shoulder and things like that. You know,
So these are human children bones.
seems that way.
I'll turn
Been
to
put there in
Meridian
a
and
couple of months.
I'll turn to Meridian and say, Meridian, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we heard a town crier saying the reports of children going missing near the Alzadoran border months ago. I'm talking back in Angel Run, the first time we were there. We heard reports of children going missing near the Alzadoran border.
Well, this seems to back that up, but what perplexes me is if children are going missing this close to a dwarven town that have never seen a human, where are these human children coming from?
That's the question right now. How
what
old,
was the
by the way? Are we
creature that
talking
just-
the oldest of these is still post-Gromune Calamity?
Well, yeah, of the ones that you've spent time to find, that it's still. I mean, the calamity in the Gromium was during the last war, which was over 200 years ago.
Yeah. So it's all post that, which means this would have been. The town would have been gone anyway at that point. So. So where are they coming from?
And are
On the
we
way down
thinking?
from the air? We didn't see any other settlements, did we? Nothing like that.
Well, there was bits of ruins and all sorts of things. I mean, there was the major city of ruins to the north, which Cadell spotted. But there's always across the landscape, there's always bits of what you think used to be a settlement that's either been destroyed by raiders or whatever, and you just kind of start ignoring them. That's because
I mean, this isn't
inhabited.
a settlement burying their dead. No
this
parent
is-
stuffs their child into a sack and buries them on top of all the other dead children. This is
Oh no, we
This
saw
is
a creature.
stolen
We saw a
child or
creature wander around, and
sacrificed
this
child.
is. We literally saw a creature's. We saw something move, and we saw tracks.
Here's
At
a
this
question.
point
Speaking
where it's
of
burying its
tracks,
shit. So,
so. Are we assuming that this is some sort of
rolled
curse?
over 20 in the mud. Were there any footprints before we dug them all up?
Sorry, what was that question? I was
When
here 2 minutes.
Aiden rolled 21 in the mud before we dug it all up, were there noticeable footprints that time?
No, because it's not mud. It's
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 earth,
it's
yeah.
still
It's just ground,
hard
isn't it?
earth. There's that bit of earth that's clearly, when I say recently, it's not been long enough for the grass to regrow over it.
Yeah.
But it's not
we
been
saw,
like
we saw something here because you
Very
spotted it. You saw
recently.
it very recently.
Why don't we all fan out and let's just search the immediate area? Let's spend 20 minutes just searching around and see if any of us can find it. Okay.
Skeg.
Yeah.
Now, does
I'm
any
up
of
for
the
that.
party have
Yeah,
any
okay.
idea what?
Alright, let's do that.
Yeah.
okay.
Let's
An
do that.
investigation check, is it?
Yeah, I mean you can. Yeah, by all means. Depends on what kind of thing you're looking for. You can either just make a general perception check. You can make an investigation if you're looking for something very specific.
I'm gonna have a perception check just to see the surrounding
Or if
area.
you're looking for tracks, it'd be survival or
Yeah, I'll go
whatever
survival,
you're looking
I think,
for.
on that.
I'm gonna
No, I
go.
mean I
look-
can see for a mile clearly, so I'm just
Your
gonna
general perception.
have a look around,
Alright,
see if
sure.
I see anything.
I'm gonna.
It's a pretty good
specifically look
line
for
of
a
sight around
place
it.
that something could have hidden or an entryway where it could go. Something moved and came this way.
Okay, yeah,
Not seen it
that's
again
an
since
the investigation.
Yeah,
Oh,
specifically gonna
yeah.
look for that. So I'm gonna bless myself first.
Well, I've got a 17 again.
well, I'll start with you then.
Just
So you
having a skeg.
have a look round. You've got the fort to your back, and you're
Yeah.
looking out towards the ruins of the old town, which was out that way.
That's towards the mountains.
Yeah, towards the mountains. The town's not really all that far away. You can see it really clearly. It's got really good line of sight. Exactly why the fort was built there. So
Any
you
signs of movement?
you take like a good. You spend the full 20 minutes just looking towards this town, just trying to look and see anything whatsoever, and there's the occasional bit of movement that you think is out there somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
rolled a 14, so with +8 on the investigation, that's 22.
Okay. You were looking for potential hiding places for anything that might have come this way.
Entryways or yeah.
Sure. Well, going away from the fort, there's not a great deal. There is a little bit further to the. If you're facing the town, off to your left there is a what looks to be like an old road, which is obviously a bit overgrown and ramshackle now. There's the way that you kind of came from, where you saw the movement, and then off to your right there's another bit of wall past the tower, and it does obviously just end, but there's more rubble on that side. If anything was wanting to escape, it's a bit easier for them to go back the way they came. Then you think there's probably other entryways further down, or go back that way and have a bit of a climb to get into the fort on that side. So it's not the easiest of ways to go that way.
Not much. Nothing hinting that there might be a sub basement to the tower or anything like that, a cellar or a.
No.
Okay.
That was a 22 survival to try and see if I could check where it was heading off to. Turns out I'm alright at survival.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you were looking around for any potential tracks or signs of a recent movement, and if anything came all the way up that path to the dig spot, which you've now kind of dug up, then it doesn't appear to have moved off from that. It must have gone back the way it came. Well, then, from the point of you seeing that movement to then steadily clambering your way over everything, it was a bit of a time
So
before
yeah,
you got to the
Yeah, I had
tower.
a
So
chance.
it
I
had
had a
plenty of
chance.
time to go back again. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, No, we need to follow the tracks back.
So we could follow that track back. Did Meridian and Helen?
What if you
Doing
guys
it?
were doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast 4th level polymorph on myself.
Oh.
And I am going to take the form of an owl.
Who?
And I am going to fly up and take progressively larger aerial circles.
Yeah.
All right.
While looking down upon the fort and the surrounding area.
Looking for what in particular?
Looking for, well, the description that Grom gave me when he gave me
Just some sort of movement.
stroke of
or-
genius. Yeah.
And then during this time, Cadell shouts up, "What do your old eyes see?"
Yeah, he won't be able to answer to you. Oh no, you could.
Yeah,
you
and I
can
shout
beast
down.
talk,
I
can't you?
can. It can.
You
listen
can.
to me.
So yeah, you make a perception check then, please.
Perception as an owl.
The music's gone moody all of a sudden.
Then owl has keen hearing and sight, which gives him advantage on any perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
That's good.
Is that as an owl?
That's as an owl. That's the
That's
owls.
all right. I was going to say you've got the owl stats right now.
I've got the owl stats up. Yeah,
Good,
I got
good,
that
good.
up while I was thinking about
Yeah.
what I was going to do.
Roll an owl perception with advantage then.
So
please.
an owl has
Three.
Owl has a +3 on perception, and that's
With advantage.
Advantage.
a 16 and a 5. So 19.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. You fly up straight away, pretty much, to the top of the tower, perch there for a moment, have a bit of a look round, and take back off again and start circling round. Not too high, just big enough, and then pretty much going around the tower, just getting further and further out. From there, you can kind of see the rubble a lot more clearly now. And you can kind of see where you guys are and this path is, and it seems to be that there's whether it's been intentional or not, or whether it's just been done out of footfall, but there seems to be a bit of a path carved through rubble towards the kind of more intact areas of the fort, but it's not the way you guys came, because you didn't have no idea, you just went over it.
Okay.
Right.
Have to follow.
You don't
I'll
see
start-
movement
yeah.
as such, but you can see that.
Yeah, right. Well, I will glide down to... Who's still in the fort area? Have they all spread
Everybody's
out?
outside.
Yeah, we're all together. We're all
Yeah, you're all
in the spot.
outside the fort walls as such, what would have been the fort walls.
More in the
Um,
diggy hole, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There
We'd
was
I
all,
also-
we'd
will-
all like a little dispersed through the.
Yeah. But
It's,
you,
yeah,
you can
well,
all still
I'll-
see each other,
Yeah.
but you've just
I'm
spread
gonna-
out a bit.
I'm going to swoop down to within earshot of Cadell, and I'm going to say in owl, follow me. Is it Cadell that's got beast?
You
Yeah,
can,
it's me.
Yeah. So I'm going to swoop down within earshot of you and say follow me, and I'm going to slowly
What's
flat
that,
back up.
Skippy?
Right, yes. Owl,
What's that, boy?
Down the mine
Somebody's
shaft.
stuck in the rubble.
Owl Meridian says we've got to follow him. So, come on, guys, let's go. Let's go.
Like, before we were doing that,
Mm-hmm.
while everyone's doing their thing, I'm gonna
Owl in.
put the bones back in the pit,
Mm-hmm.
like bury it all back up, and put stones on and just write "Lost souls but not forgotten."
Oh.
Aw.
I
Okay.
really wanted you to reanimate them all and have a little army of skeleton babies.
Like
It's like
children.
pit
Skeleton
for
cherubs.
children.
Yeah.
He
There's a
has
line,
standards.
even for necromancers. There's a line. There's the line varies on necromancer to necromancer, but there's always a line somewhere.
There's just a little line. fine.
You could have had an
The thin one.
entire. You could have done like an Undead Little Rascals remake. That would have been
Aw.
epic.
Or could you not
A
put them
little,
all together?
little
to create a
alfalfa.
Anywho, yeah, are you all following Meridifowl?
Yeah, but I was just trying to think of a name for Meridian.
Lydian.
I don't know. It doesn't quite work.
Our Lydian.
Lydian. That's probably the best one.
Our
All
Lydian.
right, so you all follow Lydian. Yeah, he kind of leads you. They go back around the wall, and then rather than following over the rubble where you kind of come from, just to the right of that as you're looking at it, you then go around another bit of rubble, and then it kind of almost becomes this meandering pathway. It takes a little bit of a time just because it's not a dead straight line, but it's nice and easy because it's obviously been walked or cleared. You're not sure which, and then you get to a point where it looks like a bit of a trapdoor.
Don't open that trap door.
Which, as you kind of look at it, looks
Something
more
down
like a service door rather than a trapdoor.
I'm going to tell our Lydian to come back down,
Bring it
man. Come
Right.
back to.
I'm gonna settle on Cadell's shoulder.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah.
You watch where you put that hand.
Don't touch me, dude. That's weird. Stop it. My legs are longer than they look.
In fact, you've got nasty claws, actually.
Yeah, it's like just dig into his shoulder. But anyway, okay. So what are you doing? So Meridian has landed on Cadell's shoulder.
Open her up.
Well, I'm going to open the trap door.
Hector's just straight away.
Oh, Hector's come for it first.
Yeah, whilst Cadell.
Can I just say as well, for a flavour interlude, Meridian as an owl is completely jet black with orange eyes.
Night owl.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
just to add a bit of flavour to it,
Yeah.
and rest in bitch face.
Yeah. So it's like one of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hector throws open. Well, you go to throw it open, and it's locked.
All right.
Alright, then.
Make a strength check.
I'll just try.
I'll give Hector a hand and try and open it with him.
Well, it's a straight strength check from Hector first, and then
Oh, it's straight. So just D20 plus strength.
yes, please.
That's 22.
Oh yeah, you straight away.
Rip it open.
Yeah, you rip it open with no issue. It's not the most secure thing ever. You realise it's just got a bit of wood on the other side of it, which wasn't in the
Cadell
best
just
condition.
Pats him on the back. Like,
Yeah, bits fly everywhere. And yeah, there's a bit of a flight of stairs going down. I assume you're stepping in?
We opened that trap
Is it-
door.
Is it lit or?
Not this section, no.
Well, I
You
shall
head down.
speak the word that I can't remember of my shield and light it.
Liz?
Oh, I thought Meridian was
Least.
going to send his orbs down there.
I've got 120 foot dark vision as an owl. I wouldn't even bother.
Oh yeah, shit.
You
he's not an owl.
can't cast anything as an owl anyway.
Yeah, good point.
Not that wise.
You're not Merlin. So,
I
Hector
haven't seen that
lights
film
his
in
shield up.
years.
Classic.
Yeah.
It lights his, says his command words and lights his shield up, and it illuminates the entire path in front of him. It illuminates down. It's only a short flight of stairs down, which looks ahead to come to some sort of room. And you head down, and you get down to what looks like a food storage cellar, and in here there are various meat hooks hanging from the ceilings. There are bits of either meat, which are some of which clearly look like rabbit or animal, but then as you're kind of coming in and illuminating round, there's some sort of movement in a corner, and you turn to look and illuminate that corner. Yes?
It might not be relevant, but it might be. As long as my helmet has at least one diamond, which has one diamond left, it emits a light in a 30-foot radius if there is any undead within the area.
Noted.
Might
It
not be
does
relevant,
not.
but fair enough. Yeah.
Good to know, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
There was movement in that side. Meridian's owl head spins around, and Hector turns to illuminate that corner, and there is several kind of cages sat there, and one of which has a young boy in it.
Oh.
What?
There we go.
Oh shit.
There's always something.
Yeah, who then is trying to cower at the back of the
It's
this
okay.
cage.
It's okay. We're here to help. We're not here to harm you. Who put you down here, little man?
And he just points to Grom.
Oh, me? Like me? Oh, no.
Yeah. You get the impression he's like dwarven kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
shit.
the meat that looked like rabbit was
It's not rabbit, is it?
Was it actually child's?
Oh no.
You're not 100%.
Can I fly over? I'm going to fly over to the rabbit meat and peck it.
Oh no.
Sure. Yeah. Are you having a taste?
I'm having a taste of the supposed rabbit. Yeah.
It does not taste like rabbit.
Oh shit!
No. Fuck.
You find your
Right. Is there a way? Is there a way up to the?
I relayed to the party that.
Cadell, that's not rabbit, mate.
Shit, that's not rabbit.
That's not rabbit.
Was there
That's Dylan.
For a minute, guys. Carry on. I'll be back in a minute.
Was there a way from the food cellar up in not the trapdoor into
There is another door on the other
Castle.
side. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Alright.
I
Okay.
wonder if they weren't worried about their
towards
meat.
the little child and sort of kneel down to his height. And do you remember how long you've been here? Do you know?
Yeah, and he
Talk to a
very, very scared and tentative. And it's like it looks like he's not wanting to talk much.
While this is happening, can I fly out of the door and fly back over to the main building where the dwarves are?
You can. Yeah.
And just were there windows in that main hall? Is there anywhere that I can settle and overhear them talking? Now that we've supposedly left.
I mean, there's no proper windows in the entire place because it's built as a defensive fort. Right, so any kind of windows as such are arrow slits. But there are sections where the walls have collapsed and you can fly into the main structure, but then you're having to rely on there being open doors.
Yeah. Can I try and fly into as close to the main hall as I can? I just want to have an earwig, see if they're talking about us now that we've supposedly left.
Yeah. So you fly around a little bit, find where you think roughly the main hall is situated within what's left of the fort, and find a bit of collapsed wall closest you can possibly get in, and you fly through a couple of corridors, and then you find a place to perch high up in one of the tall corridors. Just outside of the main hall, and from there you don't tend to hear a great deal. until you just have to wait until somebody opens it to attempt to get in, if you want to hear anything else. But then once you're in, you're in. They'll just close the doors behind you.
I'll go.
And then I'm trapped in there. I take it.
I'll go to the doors that are leading out, and I'll just stand by them, maybe with an ear to it, just sitting, so that I can hear anybody coming. Just while we figure out what we're doing. So I'll just go to that.
You're keeping watch.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we've got Cadell and Grom have just disappeared. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else you want to do. I know, Helena, you assume you're sitting trying to comfort this boy.
I'm gonna take a skin of water, show him like I'm gonna drink a bit, and then like sort of hand it over to him, see if he wants a drink.
Yeah, and after a little while of you're holding it out, just offering it to him, you just place it on the floor rather than having your hand inside the cage, and then you back away slightly, and then he comes up and takes it and has a sip and a drink, and he starts calming down somewhat.
Do they like leave a key in this room, or have they got the key on themselves for your cage or anything?
Have the key on them.
Right.
Where
is it a male or female?
Find out where he came from.
Which point
It just points to the other door which you're next to, and it's like, from through there. They come to get me from through there.
Do you remember where you've come from?
Oh yeah, and just the town.
From this town?
Yeah, not from this place.
No, not.
Yes.
Do you know how long you've been down here? How many sleeps? Can you guess?
Weeks.
I'm gonna fly back to the group, because I'm not risking going in that room by myself and getting locked in.
Okay. You fly your way out, at which point some the other dwarves goes like, "Oh, bloody owls."
It's alright.
And shoo you out.
What do we miss there? Locked door? What was the locked door? Sorry. Oh, well, you can come and tell us, can't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. Meridian then flies his way back outside and into the busted open service door. Take a perch.
Cadell, I'll ask the kid if he knows which direction his town's in.
Can I approach the small child?
Yeah, well, he's already said he's from the nearby town.
From the town.
The town.
The town.
That I did notice had movement in it earlier when I was looking around.
How long have I been an owl?
Oh,
20 minutes.
how long's it last? An hour, isn't it?
An hour, yeah.
20 minutes, half an hour?
Well, you'd have probably, say about 20 minutes. It's only taken you, like a few minutes to have a quick fly around and then fly in.
How
you've
far,
been sat there just going...
How far is the town? How far is the town from here?
Like a stone's throw. It's literally just like over the way, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's about a mile or so.
So these dwarves saying they've never seen a human, they're bullshitting us, aren't they? Clearly, they're fucking eating them. Right, I'm gonna fly out to town. I'm gonna fly out the door and I'm gonna head towards the town.
Okay.
I want answers.
The child did say that what put him in there was like Grob, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I didn't try the door actually. The door that I was sort of listening against. Is it locked?
That door, no.
Oh.
Child's in a cage.
Well,
I'll open it and have a look.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Make a stealth with disadvantage, please. Because you're in heavy armor.
Yes, I'm not sure I'm
you're in heavy armor
right now. I'm simmering. I'm absolutely simmering.
It was
take a level in barbarian just so I can rage.
Yeah, I'm
Nerd rage.
16. It was.
I'm very
16.
close to going and doing some dwarf killing, mate. Very close.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
14
wait
and
until I
11.
give the word on
Okay.
this one, all right?
Yeah.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry.
Yeah, because I'll start to simmer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you start creeping up the stairs. You think you're pretty quiet. You're holding the bits of plate which you know tend to rattle, and because it's not full plate, it's like strips of plate, and then you get to the. It's like you go out and it's like a few steps up, and you take these few steps up. You get to a door, which it does have like some like a barred window in it.
The locked
A
door.
little peep out.
Yeah, it's not immediately into. It's like slightly offset, like a short corridor, and then you can see partially into the kitchen.
They're all dying so early because they're all fucking cannibals.
Well, if they're eating human children, they're not necessarily cannibals. This is not a.
Is Grom justifying it?
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying technically, it's not going to give you a mad cow situation.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, I imagine they've been
alright.
eating the kids and got cursed by some
Yeah.
shaman.
For someone in the town, that makes a bit more
Perhaps
sense.
we need to speak to the people in the town here.
Well,
because-
Which is why I fucked off.
Yeah,
At this
I'll-
moment,
I'll
Meridian
come back
is
down.
off.
at this
Okay.
moment in time, Cadell is now about to rip this door off this cage because he's very pissed off that little children are getting eaten by.
Right, Meridian.
No,
Fluffy
I'll
things.
come and unlock the door.
It doesn't take you all that
Scare
long
the
to fly that distance over
Oh,
to
no, rip it off
the
it.
town. You have a quick fly around the top of this town. This town again is in effectively ruins, but there are some buildings which are attempted to be maintained better than others. So you tend to focus your search around there, and you can see there are movement of people moving around. They're not trying to hide as such. But they are people going about the business. So, are you going to land?
I'm gonna come down. Is there anyone I can see that looks magical? Anyone that's wearing robes? Anyone that's carrying a staff? Anyone that I would recognise as some sort of magical?
No,
Caster.
nothing. There's people just going about their business. There's nothing overly fancy about anybody's clothes or robes or staff. Anybody who tends to have a stick that they're walking with is as a walking aid.
Okay. Any sort of longhouse or any building that looks more renovated than any others?
Well, there's a whole area of buildings which look better renovated than the rest of the town. It's not huge.
Well maintained.
It's better maintained. I wouldn't say well maintained. It's better maintained than the rest of the
Any
town.
maintained is an improvement on where we are now.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of cannibal dwarfs, mate.
Yeah. And have any of these buildings got any guards posted outside the doors?
No, it looks like there's no guardsmen as such that you can see from there.
Okie dokie. In that case, I am going to. This could be do or die. Right, I'm going to come straight down into the middle of the nice area.
Okay.
I'm going to dispel polymorph
Okay.
as I land, and I am going to cast minor illusion and use it to amplify my voice and shout.
Parkour.
I am Meridian Scythe of Angel Run. I am here for assistance. I have discovered an abandoned fort filled with what appears to be cannibalistic dwarves, and I have found a child in a cage. I call for your assistance.
You swoop down very majestically, have that flash of magical light, and you then land in full form. Instantly cast that to amplify your voice, and boom this out. There are people who could see you transform, are all a bit, oh my god, what the hell's going on there? And then you start booming this out, and they're all just taken aback. And we will pick up next time.
Oh, you
what happens
mother!
after. So, yeah, I thought that was a nice point to leave it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. Thanks, everybody.
Why don't you just come back to the party, for fuck's sake?
Oh, that was a brilliant episode, mate. I really enjoyed that. That was a brilliant
I've really
episode.
enjoyed this one.
It was really good.
Turns and it's good, yeah.
Wonderful. I'm really glad you
really
enjoyed
want
it,
to
and
go
I hope
some
anybody
waterfront
else has who's watched along with us has enjoyed it too. So catch us
I'm
again
literally-
next time in 2 weeks' time. Fingers crossed.
I literally
we
want to
will
rip that
all
door
be
off
here
that
again.
cage. Rip the door off the
Not
cage,
the
put the child on
children.
my back,
Not
put
the
the child on my
children.
back,
Think
and
of
then
the
I'm going
children.
after some dwarfs.
Oh, somebody please think of
Think of the children.
It's nice, though, isn't it, that after all the fuck ups and all the people and innocents that we've killed, it turns out we are actually the good guys.
Well,
It swings and roundabouts, doesn't it?
To be
It's,
fair,
it's,
in this
it's
world,
comparatively.
anyone who's got like a lawful neutral, even or even chaotic neutral, is the good guy.
Yeah.
Everyone
the only
knows
thing
the-
It seems like eating children is the button pusher for us.
The only-
Well, there
We're
you go.
fine with a lot of
There's
stuff, but
the
don't eat
line.
children.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me is all this comes out of Tom's head.
Yes, that is quite disturbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine the
There's-
stuff that he keeps in there.
This stuff you have never seen and never will.
Probably for the best to
That
keep you out
photo
of-
earlier of you writing stuff with your book is like, even
Yeah.
more dodgy now. Like,
Oh, mate, I've had this written for years.
cannibalistic dwarfs.
Oh, yeah.
like I said, we heard reports of children going missing. Like
Yeah.
pretty much, like one of the first sessions we got to Angel on. So you're
This-
talking
I
three-
was
2
going
years
into
ago.
tonight
3
going,
years ago. I
will
was
they
like,
put 2 and 2 together from something I mentioned like a couple of years ago?
Well, he is the lawkeeper. It's
Yeah, yeah.
only fair. I think
He was saying, you singled me out as well. Oh, Meridian, do you remember us saying that? And I'm sat here thinking, yes, Meridian does remember. Gaz hasn't got a fucking clue, but Meridian remembers.
Right, but thanks again. We'll catch you next time. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, because every single one
Yes,
would
please
mean
do.
the world to us.
Hey, we are so close to 600 subs, so if 3 of
are.
you get on board, that's it. Yeah, do us a favour.
Then
go
we'll
do it
hit
right
the
now.
magical 600.
Yeah,
So
and we're
hopefully
probably getting into
next
our
time
stride
round.
now. Do you remember
Yeah,
our
we
shit
are
critical
well
role
away.
was season 1?
We've taken 2 subs while we've been on air.
We're the
We're
Don't
well
compare
away.
us to them. Don't. That's a slippery slope. But anyway, take care.
Oh,
You've
We'll
got-
see you
you've got-
next
you've got
time.
2